What is going on, everybody? How we doing today? Is my microphone good? My microphone should be good. I don't know why I'm like, oh man, is my microphone good? I don't know why I'm like nervous about that right now, but I am. Bottom line. But how we all doing today, everybody? What's going on, Sean, Ben, Neon? How you guys doing? You doing okay? I sure hope so. It's Friday, all right. As usual, we're streaming on a Friday. I figured today we might as well just chill because we've been doing different things, right? We had a couple weeks ago there was the St. Patrick's Day stream. Then last Friday was the dating show stream, which I'm not saying it's gonna happen like tomorrow or anything, but I am gonna start working on a new one of those relatively soon. Relative to what, right? But fairly soon. All right, I'm gonna get started on one of those fairly soon, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a grand old time. All right, and today I just figured we'd just chill, because even on Wednesday, I figured I'd stream on Wednesday because a few things ended up getting switched around and I had the time and I ended up doing something not special but specific that day. So we're just hanging out, just having a good time. Need to clear up the face, old man. Yeah, nah, I need to shave. The thing is, like, I need to get a haircut before I shave because I don't like going long hair, short beard, or like, long hair, short facial hair, or vice versa. I feel like it looks weird. Though if I had to pick one, I'd rather go short hair, long beard, but I just don't like how it looks on me, so I don't bother with it. But yes, it is Good Friday. It is a very good Friday. All right, today is the day that Jesus ended up being crucified, and then 3 days later he rose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what there is to say that I could. I don't know what there is for me to say. I got to be honest with you. Christ's sacrifice up on the cross for the entirety of humanity, even the people who hate him, and even the people who hate me personally, right? That is a beautiful thing, and I would not want to take that away from anybody, because if I took it away from even the people who hate Christ or hate me, I would effectively be taking it away from myself, because he did it for the entirety of humanity, not just me, not just you, everybody, right? It's indescribable, right? How amazing and beautiful that is. And me, like, I don't know what I could do or say that would make it anything other than just me being a cringe, like, look at me, I'm a Christian type of guy, right? So obviously, I think I forget exactly what I titled this. It was either like Good Friday or Goodest Friday stream. I think I don't know. Obviously I'm playing off the fact that it's Good Friday, but it's this isn't going to be some big like Christianity stream or anything like that. It's more just playing off the date, right? More just playing off the fact that it's Good Friday. I made the mistake of going to a barber with purple hair. Oh man, that's not good. That's not good. Next time I'm booking the foreign QT who giggles and new. Yeah, you should have went with her. Planet Everett Scott, you look like the Beaker the Muppet. Compliment. I don't know who Beaker the Muppet is. Let's go ahead and search that up right now. Shit. Uh-oh. Everything's going wrong. My phone. I hate it when you put your phone in your lap and it just keeps sliding off like that, and you pick it up and you put it back, but then it just immediately does that. I can't stand that. So annoying. Beaker the Muppet. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Fuck you, man. Get out of here. I had no idea who the hell that was. I had no idea who Beaker the Muppet was. You done got me, though. You got me good. You lay trolled me. Congratulations, sir. Most people wouldn't die for people who hate them. Yes, and that is one thing that I try to remember, right? There's a difference between being a pussy and not allowing somebody's hatred for you to become hatred for them, you know? And like I don't want to sit here and use myself as an example as though I'm someone who's like better than anybody else or anything like that. But there's a lot of people out there who have problems with me. And as a result, I have problems with them. But the problem I have with them is their problem with me. And what I mean by that is I don't hate them and I don't have any ill will towards them, but also I'm not going to allow them to do damage to me in a real way. And because of that, if I happen to see them around, right? Not that it's like that. I'm almost 30 years old. Do you think I got ops? Like that'd be insane. Fucking but like if I see them around and they're not coming after me, then I'm gonna leave them alone. Hey, it's all good, man. Whatever. You know, you go about your business, I'll go about mine. It's all good. No issue between us. But if they try to come at me, then I have to stop that, right? And that doesn't just mean like physical either. It's like I said, it's not like I have ops, and I'm too old to be getting into fist fights and things like that. But I mean in the most general sense. Like if I have a disagreement with somebody and I know that there is a schism between us, that there is now a break that is not really ever going to be 100% repaired, I know that, like, all right, as long as they're not coming to me, I'm not going to go with them. And that's just that, you know? I think that's kind of a healthy way to look at people who hate you. I think it's a healthy way and a Christian way to look at people who want the worst for you is, look, as long as they're not absolutely trying to, like, hand it to you, then it's all good. Just let them do their thing. As long as they're not trying to hurt you in a serious way, it doesn't matter. You know, there's no reason for you to seek them out and do damage to them in a legitimate way, if that makes sense. Excuse me. Yeah, you know, like one of the things that I've been trying to do more and more of too is praying for people that don't like me and that I don't like that much either. And not in some like showy kind of way, right? Because this is one of the things millennials and now Gen Z people are kind of picking up on this a little bit, like the early Gen Zs, like they're practically millennials themselves, is there's a lot of pettiness that is going around now. You know, and boomers are this way too. I'll explain the boomer version of this in a second, right? But like I heard some fucking dickhead, right? It was some black dude talking about the Irish, right? And he was talking some bullshit that's only like halfway historically true. That of course he's using to propagandize whatever bullshit like DEI shit he's trying to get across now. And at the end of it, he's like, "Have the day you deserve," right? Like that's so petty, and it's. I'm not gonna say it's satanic, right? But it's the exact type of shit that a satanic person, whether they realize they are satanic or not, would give into, right? Where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be peaceful. I'm going to be pointed. But I'm also gonna be a pussy about it. You know, I don't have the balls to tell you that I dislike you and that I want you to die. You know, I'm too much of a pussy to go all in like that. So now I'm gonna pretend like I'm above all of that, and I'm going to say stupid shit like "have the day you deserve," and then give you a look on the camera like that, right? If somebody said that to me in real life, I'd give them a firm handshake and maybe a pat on the back. You know, is what I would do. I'd give him a big hug, is what I would do. Fucking, like, when I pray for people that don't like me and that I don't like, I don't want to call them enemies because, like I said, I'm too old to have enemies like that, right? But when I pray for people that the feelings are mutual, the dislike is mutual, I'm praying that things between us could get better. Things between us could get better. Whatever causes them to dislike me, you know, we rectify that, or they rectify that, or whatever, right? That's what I try to do. I also just try to pray for good things for people that I don't really particularly like. Like, there's a couple people at my work, I'll be honest with you. Not the biggest fans of them, but I pray for them when it comes down to it, because I know that there's certain things going on with them right now that I think they need it. I really think they need it. And it would be fucked up of me to sit there and see them going through something that if I was going through it, I would be absolutely devastated. And I would hope and pray for any kind of good vibes that anybody could throw my way. It would be fucked up of me to be like, I don't like that guy though, so fuck him. Fuck that guy, right? Then there's also praying for people to come to Jesus, right? Um, you know, like Hassan. Hassan is the perfect example of somebody that I think you could pray for. You could pray for him to grow the fuck up, right? And the way I'm saying it right now is very petty. Don't get me wrong, but you could pray for him to find God. You could pray for him to welcome Jesus into his heart and to find a better way of living than right now. And to my understanding, Hassan, he's not really having a good time right now. You know, he's a little bit upset. He's upset that he's only getting 13,000 views on his stuff. Oh, the humanity. The humanity. Oh, man. Poor him. Poor Hassan, dude. Fucking, like that aside though, jokes aside, like he's going through it right now. Maybe if he found Christ, maybe he wouldn't be all up in everybody's business all the time. Maybe he'd be a little bit more happy about and for himself and others. Maybe he'd see 13,000 viewers and he'd be like, wow, 13,000 viewers, and that's on the low end. That is crazy, man. Thank God for my success. Thank God for that, right? When I get migraines, I thank God, right? And I'm not thanking God for the migraine, but it's just kind of my way of trying to remind myself that like things are not that bad, you know. Fucking, I get a migraine, and then I just think to myself like, hey, like, you know, at least I'm alive to get a migraine. You know, at least I don't have migraine, and at least I don't have a migraine and cancer. It could be a lot worse, and you know what? Any day above ground is a good day. So thank you God for that, right? Prayer is a big thing, and I think that there is a good way and a bad way to go about it. You know, I mentioned that people get petty, and I mentioned that I talk about the baby boomer pettiness. The baby boomer pettiness is especially visible. You especially see it on Facebook. Facebook is the perfect place because a lot of these baby boomers, they sit there, right? And this is a baby boomer thing. Cynicism, right? Cynicism is one of the ultimate sins of a baby boomer or two baby boomers. You're always supposed to look at everything bad that happens and go, I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. Wow, that guy's a scumbag, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. And I was talking about this regarding like police forces and things like that, right? My hometown police force is extra fucked up. And I don't like talking about it. I don't want to talk about it until I've put enough miles between me and that place, just in case. That's how fucked up they are, right? But like every 3 to 5 years, a new corrupt cop is discovered in the force. There's some new big scandal that occurs, and all the baby boomers in town are like, wow, that guy was a scumbag. I'm glad they got everyone else. I'm glad they got that guy out of the force. But it's okay, though, because now they've exercised the police force of all of the scumbags. There are no more scumbags. And if you say that the police force in this town is bad, then you're a piece of shit. And like that's the baby boomer fake fucking shit. Is like if you are honest, if you are realistic about things, if you look at things and you call a spade, all of a sudden they're like, whoa, hey, no need to be negative, dude, you dick, right? They love to call you names and then turn around and like get mad at you when you're like an asshole back to them, you know? Like an example of this is probably going to be a bad example, but it's an example, right? Excuse me. Like if you sat there and you were talking about like the police force. Hey, the police force is corrupt. Those guys are assholes. A baby boomer might come out the woodwork and say, well, I mean, hey, if you don't like the police force, why don't you join the police force? You're calling them assholes. Well, some people might call you an asshole. Right? So basically they're calling you an asshole, but they're too afraid to actually say it because again, that would break their rule of, hey, don't be a cynic, right? Don't be cynical. Don't be critical rightfully, of things that are bad in this town, right? Um, but they're still calling you an asshole. They're just being cute about it, right? And then when you're like, oh, so I'm an asshole, huh? Well, fuck you. They're like, whoa, hey, whoa, and then you get like kicked out of the Facebook group that you're in that talks about that, right? That's literally happened to me back when I was stupid enough to argue with baby boomers on Facebook. Is excuse me, is yeah, like when I was stupid enough to argue with baby boomers on Facebook, that literally happened to me once. Is like this stupid bitch, this stupid old bitch, right? Was like talking mad shit to me. And when I was like, yo, you're a fucking asshole, when I basically said something to that extent, one of the admins of the group was like, hey, Scott, don't be calling people names. And I was like, why can't I call people names when she's basically doing the same thing to me? And then I got kicked out of the Facebook group, you know? Baby boomers are scum. You know, I know I just got done talking about like all this shit. I'm not wishing bad on anyone or anything like that. It's just to see the scumbag behavior, it's like disgusting. You know, the way that they have learned to become is disgusting, right? And you know what? Maybe we should pray for the boomers to get their heads out of their asses. I don't know. But me, I'm not going to do that because I'm angry about it. And that would be what I was talking about, where it's like, oh, I'm mad and I'm going to pretend I'm like above it all. So I'm going to be like, you know what? I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. It's okay. I'll pray for you. You know, like that type of bullshit. I'm not going to do that, right? And when you pray for your enemies, to bring this all back to what we were talking to originally, when you pray to your enemies, or not to, when you pray for your enemies, that's not what it's supposed to be. It shouldn't be God, please smack that guy upside the head for me. No, it's like, God, please guide this person to a path where they're going to accept Christ into their heart, and please guide both of us to a path where we can resolve this issue, right? Desert religions are strange. A lot of them are. The only one that's not strange is Christianity. All the other ones are fucked up. What's going on? What's going on, everybody who just jumped in though? We're just chilling today. We might play a little AOE. I've been doing pretty good at AOE. I'm starting to get the hang of certain things, especially playing with the Celts. All right, I've been doing pretty well with the Celts lately. And now that I've said that, if we do play AOE in a little bit, I'm gonna end up getting fucked up. Because that's the name of the game. I've actually been playing with Taylor Merca and some of his buddies, and they've been kind of giving me the rundown on stuff. They've been sending me some manuals to study and stuff like that. So I'm getting a little bit better at it, you know? Fucking, I only play AOC. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like playing AOC too. Arthur Morgan says, then hit me in the face in a gay way when we were arguing face to face. What is in that? What's in that? What's that in reference to? I'm confused. I do that on Metis group. I do that on Metis groups on Facebook, arguing with gender studies academics. I should refrain myself, but I haven't came in 5 days. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh man. Yes, no need to be negative. Classic baby boomer response. Yes, that is their attitude summed up. Is like, your police force gets caught grooming children, and you're rightfully like, yo, these guys are fucked up. I know how police forces operate. Everybody was involved or aware of what was going on. What the fuck? And some fuckhead baby boomer comes out the woodwork like, oh, well, there's no need to be negative. One bad apple doesn't spoil the whole bunch. Don't let one bad apple spoil the bunch, okay? And you know what it is? It's because their buddies are on the force, is what it is. They're the kids they went to high school with. It's happening right now. Kids that I went to high school with are now on my police force. They're like rookie cops and shit like that. And I guarantee you, if I stayed in my hometown, I'd probably end up being like a 50-year-old boomer who's like, hey, just because that cop I went to high school with, that I up until a second ago I was defending ravenously, ended up grooming a kid. That doesn't mean all the other ones I went to school with are bad either, you know. So like, shut up, kid. Now, call a social worker next time someone breaks into your house. And it's like, hey, like, someone breaks into my house, I'm far more equipped to deal with it than most cops are, if I'm being honest with you. Fucking, you give me a gun and the right to kill people who enter my property, I would never need to call cops for a break in, for a break in, except to take the body out. But I mean, hey, whatever, you know, fucking whatever. Who will we complain about when they're all dead, or will we become the annoying piece of shit vanguard? We will 100% become the annoying piece of shit vanguard, because millennials are just like boomers, except we didn't have the economy that they had. Baby boomers are worse than millennials, even though we're pretty much the same, because baby boomers had the best economy in history. No, not the history of America. In the history of the world. In the history of the world, the baby boomers had the best economy. And they pulled the world's biggest fucking pyramid scheme. They pulled the world's biggest pyramid scheme. They got in on the ground level of having a good economy, having it very good, and then they pulled the rug out from under us when we were fucking babies, and it's only gotten worse since then. You know, I was talking about it with my wife earlier. We're looking around at places to live, and one of the options, I'll be honest with you, is trailer parks, but not like trailer park boys trailer parks. I'm talking, you know, like trailer parks that are basically just neighborhoods but with trailers instead of regular houses, right? And these trailers, again, it's not like trailer park boys shit. They're basically just houses without basements, right? We're looking at these, and all the best ones, all the ones we see and we're like, yo, I want to live here, we should check into this one. It's all 55 plus communities. It's all retirement communities and things like that. And it's like, wow, so these fuckhead baby boomers who bought their houses for $100,000, if that, probably closer to like $50,000 to $75,000 in 1985, they ended up living their entire lives in that house. It appreciated in value. They sold it for probably $500,000, maybe even more than that. And now they're living in a fucking trailer park. That's just what they get. Meanwhile, what do we get? We get to buy those $500,000+ houses. And if we think, oh, you know what, let's be smart. Let's not buy a $500,000 house with a 7% fucking rate right now. Let's maybe look for something a little bit better so we can get out of the rent rat race and then buy a house when things are a little bit better off for us. When people like me decide we're gonna do that, fucking all the good ones are for these shithead baby boomers who are selling houses for rates so high that I have no choice but to try and live in a fucking trailer home, a trailer park, right? It's fucking insane, dude. You know, it's insane. And then there's more layers to it than that, right? Those baby boomers had kids, and those kids were or are struggling. Most likely they are struggling. And they're sitting here and they're selling their houses for top dollar just to give it all to nursing homes and other people like that who are not their kids. I was talking about this a little bit recently, right? I was going off on this a little bit earlier. That's why it's like it's fresh in my mind. That's why I'm going off on this right now. My grandfather, right? He died in late 2021. He left behind 2 properties. One was his house, one was a rental property. And that rental property was actually in our family for generations, because that's where his mom, or it might have even been his grandmother. No, it wasn't. It couldn't have been his. Could it? No, it couldn't have been his grandmother, because his parents came over from Italy. Excuse me. His mother lived there for a little while. If I'm remembering the story correctly, right? He inherited that house from his mom. He was using it for another source of income for as long as he had it. He died. That's 2 properties that were handed down to his kids. His kids sold those properties, and they got tons of money, right? They got hundreds of thousands of dollars. Good for them. That's what my grandfather did. I know my grandfather, and that's why he did it. I know him. He was the type. I like thinking about it. I realized like the last decade of his life was basically, hey, I'm just waiting to die. I might as well just eat eat fucking. I might as well just eat out. I might as well just go, uh, um, go to restaurants, excuse me, hang out with my buds, and just try and accrue as much money as humanly possible to hand down to my kids and grandkids. That's what he did. And then there's my mom, who I heard her the other day talking to somebody else, and she was like, yeah, my dad taught me exactly what I don't want to do to my kids. I'm not going to leave them properties and other things to clean up after me and stuff like that. And it's like, are you crazy? I would gladly clean out whatever mess you left in my childhood home, mind you, if it meant that I got to keep that thing or sell it off after and get money for it. I would gladly do that, Mom. What is your problem? But no, what's probably going to end up happening is my mom's going to sell the house, and she's going to end up pocketing that money for herself, and it's going to end up going to, like, fucking when she's 75 and she can't wipe her own ass, you know, she's going to go into a nursing home, right? She's going to do some shit like that, right? It's crazy. It's insane. You know, it's stupid as hell. Just squat, Scott. Exactly. Why not? I'll go find an empty house and I'll squat in it. I'll figure out the squatters' rights for Massachusetts. I guess in New York it's like 30 days. You know? Whenever I think of squatters' rights, I think of Xavier Renegade Angel, the squatters' rights episode. Oh man. By the way, could you guys I'd appreciate it if you guys would like the stream and also share it around if you could. All right? Cuz you know, we want this to grow. We want this to go far, kid. Scott, as I told you, you need to move out of the US. You won't ever make it here. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I'm keeping that in my back pocket. Right? I'm keeping that in my back pocket for if it comes down to it, because I mean the easiest option would just be to go to Brazil, right? American money goes a far way there, and everybody in Brazil wants to do MMA, so I definitely could open up a school there, and it'd probably do decently well because I'm bringing a different form of grappling down there, right? Might be a little bit weird. They might be like, oh, but we have a jiu-jitsu down here, right? But my attack style of fucking grappling is gonna be. I'm not saying it's gonna be like completely and totally uncharacteristic, but I think the stuff that you see from wrestling, if you brought that down to Brazil, I think they would really appreciate it down there. You know, specifically MMA guys, not just straight up jiu-jitsu guys, or as we call them, pussies. Anyway, you'll be a Brazilianaire. I will be. Oh man, dude, yeah, I gotta get into more permanent housing though. I gotta get into something where it's gonna be cheaper for me month over month. The rent isn't just gonna go up by like several $100s every year because they can. And you know, fucking, I need something where I'm gonna own something under me, right? I'm gonna own something that is surrounding me or under me, right? That's really what I need. And I need to get into a place that's not ghetto. Fucking, there's kids. They're probably still out there right now. There's these fucking kids, right? They hang out outside my door, right? And they're white kids, by the way. They're white kids, so I have to be very careful because they're very dangerous with their white privilege. There's a bunch of white kids who hang out outside my door. And I'm not like scared. It's a bunch of little white girls, right? So I'm not scared of them like physically aggressing on me or anything like that. But I know I got to be careful because you know how white people are with their white privilege, and I ignore them for the most part because it's like whatever. As long as my shit isn't getting damaged and I'm not dealing with like ding dong ditch bullshit, it's like whatever. I walk by them real quick, whatever. I completely ignore their existence. Today I go out, I ended up getting some food delivered, I grabbed the food, and I'm walking back in, and as I walked out, first, all these girls, they jump up and they start running, right, because they were doing something they weren't supposed to do, right, and I walk out, right, and I'm like, geez, all right, whatever, I'm just thinking that in my head. I go, I get my food, as I'm walking back in, one of the girls is like, yo, can I get some food, bruh? And that right there crossed the line because it's like you're already hanging out outside my shit. You're causing trouble. You look up at the ceiling. They're throwing shit at the ceiling that's like sticking. It's like slime and shit like that. You go to the opposite end of the hallway and there's like graffiti on the wall and shit like that from them. It's like you're already hugging the line as is. If this was if this was a just world, if we lived in a world that made sense, I'd be able to just walk outside and be like, get out of here, dude. Knock that off. And I wouldn't have to worry about any weird bullshit occurring, right? So when this girl decided she was going to chirp at me, I was like, all right, that crossed the line. And without missing a beat, I turn around and I'm like, nah, but you can get the hell out of here. Fucking, and then I beat the shit out. No, I'm kidding. But, I say that and like, you know, it's a bunch of little white girls. So of course they're all like, damn, yo, damn. And as I close the door, I hear, that's racist. Yo, that's racist. That's racist. Meanwhile, I didn't say shit other than, hey, get out of here. That's it. Right? So I go in, I put my shit down, and luckily nothing occurred other than that. Chances are they aren't going to tell their parents, because if their parents come knocking on the door, I'm going to be like, yeah, you see that? Why don't you go down the hall? You see what else they're doing? Don't knock on my fucking door again, dude. But like it's crazy that I have to be that way. It's crazy that I have to deal with that, and it's crazy that for a second I was like, all right, so I'm going to have to be prepared to open up the door and headbutt somebody immediately. Depending on how they come down, if they come down, I have to be prepared to get violent real fucking quick, because white people with their white privilege is really fucked up. I'm sick of these fucking lily white motherfuckers. Really. It's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy, and it's a reflex, right? Where it's like they know they can do that, they know they can say that, and it means they get what they want. It's like a magical get out of jail free card. It's like a magical get what I want button that they just get to press, you know? And that's why they do it. It's a combination of them not knowing better while also knowing better. That's the crazy thing, because it's like they're told, oh, no. You're white, that means you're great. You're privileged because you're white. You're good because you're white. That's what it is. And you know, they believe that, and then they start using it to harass people and things like that. But it's insane, right? It's just crazy, dude. I'm sick of living where I live. My fucking shit smells like weed all the time. You know, there's people parking in my parking spots, and they let their dogs run around and shit on the fucking lawn. And it's like, I go and I tell the office and nothing gets done. And it's like, all right, I'm just counting down the days till the lease ends, and hopefully I can get into a better accommodations, right? You know, I'll be surrounded by the diversity that I need to be surrounded by, is what'll happen. It's just like, holy fucking shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. You know? It's wild. And that's not the first time that's happened either. I feel like people like us, we have tons of stories about that. Like I was working at a fitness center years ago, right? And there was this one dude who would come in and he'd always give me attitude. He never had the punch card, or not punch card, but he never had the card that you scan to get in, right? They had that weird turnstile thing. He never had the card that you would scan to get in. And every day he'd show up and he'd be like huffy and puffy about the fact that he forgot his card and that I didn't let him in without him having to tell me his name, you know? So one day he comes in and he's giving me attitude worse than usual. And I'm like, yo, dude, don't be giving me attitude like that, man. And he's like, he doesn't want to just let it go. He sits there by the counter and he starts talking more shit. And I'm like, yo, get out of here, dude. And he literally goes, you? Like, it's going to sound like it's gonna sound and look like I'm exaggerating, but I swear to you, I'm not. He was like, you are telling me to get out? And I'm like, yeah, get out. And he pulls his phone out and he starts trying to narrate what's going on, because that's what happens in those situations, right? Is they always pull the phone out and then they propagandize immediately. It's always done in this weird pseudo intellectual voice, you know. When these lily white privileged weirdos, right? When they pull their phones out, they go from, what the fuck you talking about? What? Shit. They always go from that to this man is accosting me currently as I am trying to enter into the gym. He is accosting me and he is telling me that I need to leave and I have done nothing wrong. And he is standing behind the counter. They always go from they always go from white privilege to like pseudo intellectual, right? That's what they always do. Fucking, and then they fucking, oh yeah. But basically, the way that ended was a bunch of people came over and they were like, yo, dude, what are you doing? Get out of here. We know that guy. He's cool. Get out of here. And I ended up having to call the police because he just was not leaving. And I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted to pull him over the counter, and I almost did. I wish I had the video because there's a point where you see me kind of lean in, right? You kind of see me lean in to the camera, right? And at that point, when I was leaning in like this and I was like, get out, go, I was legit about to grab him and pull him over the counter. But I was like, I was sitting here like, go, get out of here. And then I was like, wait a second, what the fuck am I about to do? No, that wouldn't be good on my part. But I ended up calling the police, and he cried to the police. Right? He probably thought his white privilege could save him with the police. Is what he probably thought it was. And they ended up making him delete the video. I said, you saw me in the video. Really, I could only imagine how it looked. Right? Fucking. Me leaning forward like this. That's probably close to how it looked in the video, right? Except we're in a gym setting. It's just insane. Spike Protein, love from crack. Keep killing the streams. Big S. Thank you very much, Spike Protein, and thank you for the $10, man. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you so much, dude. Trailers are awful. Well, some trailers are awful, and it really. Oh, geez, excuse me. I'm burping up the food that I had that I almost got robbed of by those white kids. Fucking trailers can be bad, and trailer parks can be bad, but not all of them have to be. And I'm not gonna live, like I said, I'm not gonna live in the Trailer Park Boys trailer park, right? I haven't watched that much Trailer Park Boys, so I don't know what that's actually called, right? I'm not gonna live in a place that is like obviously, like so obviously just like white trash and shit like that, right? But also, like trailer parks don't have to be bad. And if you saw the trailer parks in my area that I'm currently looking at, you'd be like, oh yeah, that looks like a neighborhood. It's just the houses aren't exactly what you would expect from a regular house. You would expect the foundation to be more than just a solid slab of concrete. And houses are usually not long and thin. They're usually built a little bit differently than that. But even then, you could get a double wide. And it's basically just a regular house without a basement. And it's like, hey, sure, why not? And I've seen 40K trailers that look nicer than NYC apartments. Yes, that is another thing. You can get some really nice trailers for decently cheap. Though in my area, they're not that cheap, I'll be honest with you. You're still looking at least $100,000. The cheapest trailers that I've seen, and I'm talking about just trailers, right? If you were to buy a trailer, you would have to have it shipped to where you need it to go. Because, I mean, you're not just going to buy it and then, it materializes, right? You need to have it shipped to where you're going to go. You need to have it set up and things like that. And then you need to have it hooked up to water, electricity, and other things like that. But the cheapest trailer that I've seen is about, I think I want to say like $88,000, $89,000. But the thing is, the company that I've been looking at that makes them for that cheap, they are not a good company from what I've seen. I've heard some pretty bad things about them from the Google reviews and things like that. The type of stuff where it's like, yeah, they show up, they build it, but then they leave stuff unfinished and then they never come back, that type of stuff. We want to avoid that for obvious reasons. They're literally, I guess that's where my lack of knowledge is. I don't know NYC at all. And there are literally only gas stations in like the 40-mile radius where I live. Yeah, I mean, New York City, like, there's a lot of New York City apartments that are straight dog shit. They are doo-doo. They are booty cheeks is what they are. And these go ahead. Let's look this up. This is Scuffed Realtor John Stupid edition. You know, uh, John, fucking Scuffed Realtor Scott Stupid edition. Uh, uh, hold up. So, sorry, one sec. Like this is a good example, right? I'll go ahead and I'll make it bigger. Like something like that, like that doesn't look too bad on the exterior. I wouldn't mind living in something like that. Like obviously it looks a little bit weird, yeah. Like that's not what houses usually look like. But I mean, that doesn't look too bad, right? Um, Hold up. We'll go ahead and we'll see. Oh, sorry, one sec. Yes, we will go ahead and we'll see what else. Why is it? Hold up. There we go. Like of course, or like this, right? Again, not too bad. I wouldn't mind that, right? When most people think of trailers, they think of like run-down structures that are like in like a park that's like you got a trailer here, a trailer there, like right? That's not what I'm thinking of. I wouldn't want to live in that situation. Are you kidding me? I'm looking for interiors though, right? Like interiors that are specifically like you can tell, Oh, like look at this. This is a like I figured this was a before and an after, right? What else? What else? Again, like if that you see what I'm looking for right now is interiors that are like clearly like you can tell it is actually a modular home interior, but we're not going to find that just from previews and things like that. Or like Clayton Homes manufactured home floor plan, right? Like this looks like a regular house basically. Or like a regular apartment, right? I'm trying to prove a point without getting like too deep into the rabbit hole of like, oh, this is the possibility. This is one of the possibilities available. These are the possibilities available with manufactured homes and things like that. Like they've gotten better. They have a reputation or that said modular home. Yeah. It's showing me a bunch of modular homes too and stuff like that. That's the other issue is I'm trying to show you just pure manufactured homes, but it's showing me a bunch of modulars. Oh yeah, like and then you can do stuff like this too, right? Like if you put it on your own land, which me I don't think I'm gonna end up putting it on my own land because Nick Rochefort specifically was like, yo, I don't know if that's the best idea, but you could do stuff like this. Like imagine having a home with like that kind of porch and stuff like that. You have a home with like 2 to 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, couple of bathrooms, and then you have like a nice ass porch like that. Like you can do crazy stuff like that with mobile homes, and a lot of people wouldn't even know that they're mobile homes. In addition to that, Matthew McConaughey and one of the chicks from Shark Tank also live in manufactured homes themselves, right? It's less about the type of home that you're living in and more about what you're doing with it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find something where it might be a little bit of a fixer-upper, but I could put some nice fucking flooring down, and I can replace the paneling on the wall. I can do nice stuff like that. And then one day, if the housing market is absolutely fucked, right? I can just take out another loan to get some land, and I can move the manufactured home from the park to the land, right? It's just what I'm working with right now. It makes a little bit of sense to me, right? All right, but I'll read a couple of chats, and then maybe we'll play some AOE. The problem with trailers is lot rent. Yes, that is the thing that I am afraid of when it comes to trailers and things like that. Is lot rent. I don't want lot rent. To me, the way I see it, there's really unless you're living in like a 5-person lot, right? But even then, it's like how much does it scale? If somebody's gonna start off trying to charge me $700 lot rent, it's like that's kind of fucked up, bro. Like, are you kidding me? You know what? It costs $700 to mow the lawn. $700 a month to mow the lawn. I'll do it myself. How about that? I like mowing the lawn. It's meditative. Throw in my earbuds, just hit the push mower. I don't even need a ride on. Just give me a push mower and I'll do it. It'd be nice, you know. I got that Hank Hill in me. Whoa. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like that's insane, you know. And then you'll have companies, they raise the lot rent like $50 per year, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need to do that. Inflation isn't that bad. I don't want to hear it. And then even when the economy is doing good, you're still gonna raise the lot rent just because you can. Like, fuck off, right? That is the type of shit you have to deal with, right? Living in a trailer park is kind of a cross between owning your own home and still renting an apartment, right? Which is kind of what a condo is as well, except the condo's a little bit different. Condo's a lot a bit different, actually. And I'm speaking from a very uneducated ground here. This is just what I've been able to find in my research. I've been researching for the better part of a year at this point, right? But like, what was I gonna say? That's kind of why I'm going for it, is because I don't feel that I'm ready to own a house yet. And then on top of that, why would I want to buy a $500,000 house with a that really, truthfully, is probably only worth like 100 to 200 grand tops. If we're just being honest about it, I'm talking like 2 to 3 bedroom, 1 bath houses are going for between 4 and 500 grand in my area, right? That type of bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna wanna sit here and have to buy into that, especially because, like I said, it's not like I'm ready to own a house right now. So I'm kind of trying to find a way to get a lower monthly rate. Because there's rates out there that, like, if the lot rent is like $400 and I'm paying like $700 to $900 for a mortgage, right? A 30-year mortgage or something like that on a manufactured home, then I'll be paying like 1,500 a month, as opposed to the 2,000 to 25, sometimes even like $2,000 to $2,500 a month rent, sometimes even more than that. Like, it's fucking bonkers, you know? The goal for me is to try and get on something where my shit is not just going to increase astronomically because some shithead decides he wants to increase it. And, eventually after a while, if I keep at it long enough, I will own it. You know, and that is, again, why I'm sitting here doing that thing with mobile homes on a park, right? And it still might be a bad idea, but it's a bad idea that I'm willing to risk, because all things considered, what is 150 grand, let's say, in today's economy when it comes to the housing market? If I get trapped, if I get trapped, there's a way for me to at least make it semi worthwhile after a while, right? But it's whatever. You don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. All right. There's a reason I asked Nick Rochefort a question. I want to say like 3-4 weeks ago. All right, and it's because I don't know shit. He's the expert on that. I should probably be talking to him more and more. Scott, start an LLC and take a business loan, then get the dojo and sleep in it. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? You know, that would be a pretty good idea. But that's the thing, is I would still lose the dojo. It's just that it wouldn't be personal debt, because, an LLC, any debt that is accrued by the LLC is it's the responsibility of that company that you've started. And if you have to declare bankruptcy, then your assets or anything of value will end up being distributed to whoever you owe debt to, right? That's the way that it works. It's just not going to be my personal stuff. Like, they're not going to be able to take my car. And then in that case, it wouldn't even matter. They would end up they would end up what would they do? They would end up taking my house in that case. If I'm starting an LLC to get a business loan to then buy something or rent something that I'm going to end up sleeping in, like, they're gonna look at that and be like, oh, you bought this, that's your company bought this is the company property, all right, we're taking it, you know. If you move to Florida, I got you on a cheap apartment. I appreciate that, man, thank you. I don't know if I'll be able to move to Florida though. At least not this quick. Scott, you got to start Dojo Wars to gain notoriety. I am as we speak. I'm gonna Dojo storm somewhere. Somebody tried to call me on that on Twitter the other day. I think I ended up muting him. Fucking, he was like, how many does your, he might have been trolling. I don't know. You know, fucking, I don't. Trolling is fun. I get it, but like, I don't think people trolling me is like some kind of like hilarious or like not successful, clever thing or anything like that. It's like, I don't have the time to give a shit about this internet shit. So if your whole thing is like, haha, I'm gonna pretend like I hold this belief and I'm gonna keep getting him to respond to me, it's like, no, I just think you're a fucking idiot, and I'm telling you I think you're an idiot. That's what I'm doing, you know. But this guy was like, oh yeah, how many do you and your instructor, do you guys have beefs with other gyms? And it's like, no, why would we? Everything is so tight knit, especially in New England. Everybody knows each other. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. There were people in the MMA world in New England that I was like, oh, that guy's bad news, I better stay away from him, just to find out that he's buddies with my coach and that he's actually not that bad of a guy. I just believe rumors too much, right? Like that type of shit. So it's like, why would we have weird Dojo Wars bullshit? We could just train for 2 months and fight somebody from another gym, and it's all good. It's whatever, who cares, right? But like Dojo Wars, it ain't the 60s anymore. It ain't the 60s, and we ain't doing bullshit kung fu, you know? That's a crazy thing with Count Dante. He did a bunch of Dojo Wars shit in Chicago, the Chicago Dojo Wars. It wasn't just dojo storming though. That was a little bit, but he also, to my understanding, tried to plant bombs. If I remember correctly, he either tried to and failed, or he tried to successfully, and he might have blown up another dojo or something like that. It's fucking crazy. It's insane. Scott, acquire land and put a trailer on it while you slowly build something. Well, I mean, the thing is, that costs money, you know? And like I told, the question I asked Nick was, hey, I'm trying to get out of the rent rat race. My thought is maybe buy some land and throw a modular or a manufactured home on it. Would you suggest that? And he said, well, here's the thing. It's not going to be as cheap as you think it is. You know, you're not just going to buy the land and then slap something down on it. In fact, that's literally what I said was, should I slap a modular home on a piece of land? And he's like, well, it's not going to be that cheap or easy. You know, you're going to have to find the land. It's going to have to be zoned right. You're going to have to get permits that are going to cost money. You're going to have to get water, septic, electrical, this, that. You're gonna have to get the blessing of your wife's boyfriend. And it's all gonna cost money, right? And that right there, I was like, all right, yeah, I should probably like, not even probably, I should definitely listen to that info, right? Me not listening to Nick with real estate info, with real estate stuff, would be like people not listening to me about fighting shit. It's a bad idea. If you take my word as Bible for fighting shit, you should take Nick's word as Bible for like real estate shit. And I know that's not lost on you guys. I'm just saying, like, it's not lost on me either, right? I get it. I know, I get it. So like that was my original idea, was like, buy a small ass piece of land. I'm talking like 1/10 of an acre, not even, probably like 0.05 acres, right? Whatever that ends up happening to be. I only need like 3 to 5,000 square feet tops. I could probably even go less to put a 1,000 square foot manufactured or modular home on. I don't need some big backyard or anything like that, right? It is what it is. Like, that was my plan, and he was like, "Yeah, it's not going to be as cheap as you think it is, dude. You should think about this." Oh man, but a modular home has the cost of a budget real house with a fraction of the sound and heat insulation. Yeah. Modular homes were something that if I could do modular, I definitely would, but I don't know if I could. I think they're just a little bit too out of my reach. The thing is, if I could do a modular, but then get cheap land that is not going to be an arm and a leg to again get set up with everything that you need to put a house on, then I would. But unfortunately, it probably will be. Things like one power pole is like 10K. Exactly. It's like the shit adds up. Shit really fucking adds up. And the thing is, like, it's not like I could just be like, oh no, I'm gonna get solar panels, I'm going off grid. They would still want you hooked up to the grid anyway, because why wouldn't they? Why fucking wouldn't they? It's insane. Septic is at least 15K. Exactly. Scott, just buy a condo for 50K. Ha! Ha! Where the fuck are you gonna find a condo for 50K, bro? That is not out in the middle of nowhere. I need to be in this area for multiple things. For one thing, fish tank. I want to be ready for fish tank if they need me again, right? Not that my whole life is being lived for if I'm gonna get the call to be on Fish Tank season 3 and 4 and 5 and 500 and everything like that. Not that my entire life is based around that, but it's something good that's going for me right now, right? Is my involvement with this show. And if they continue bringing me back, I want to be there to get brought back, right? And then in addition to that, I also am trying to get something set up. I don't need to explain my whole plans. I just need to be in this area for at least the foreseeable future, right? So a condo for 50K in bumfuck nowhere in the state of where the hell is that? Like, no, it sounds great. I'd love to save up. I could save 50 grand if it came down to it. Me and my wife, we could just absolutely only eat ramen for a little while, and we could save 50 grand, and we could just buy it cash, if it came down to it, right? Nah, I don't think we'd be able to do it like that, right? But at 50 grand, we'd be hitting way more than a 20% down payment. I'll tell you that much. What is 20% of 50 grand? Let's figure that out. I'm just curious. I'm curious. 50 divided by 100 times 20. Yeah, 10 grand. I could get way more than 10 grand to slap down on a down payment for something like that, right? Fucking that'd be easy, and I'd love that. I would love that, dude. If you got condos that are 50 grand, dude, Ben, if you got condos going for 50 grand in your area, buy all of them. Fucking buy all of them, dude. For real. Buy a condo that you can live in, and then buy other condos and figure out what you need to pay the mortgage, and then charge like an extra 300 on top of that. Right, just pay the mortgage and condo fee, and then charge an extra like 200 to 300 on top of that with your like 5 condos that you're renting out, and you're good. You ain't gotta work anymore. Fucking you're good. Just every day, just be there for your condos. That's it. You're cooling, right? Build a mansion for 200K. Yeah, I wish. As much as I love talking about this, and I do actually, because when I talk about this stuff, it helps me to work through the ideas, and I You know, it makes me consider things that I've never considered before. I think we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play some AOE because I think it's time to show you guys how much I've improved, how much of a beast I am, how much of a severe physical beast I have become at that shit. You know. I'm just waiting for it to load up now. All right. Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, wait, no. Oops, wrong one. Whoosh. Bank won't let me super chat. Really? Your bank won't let you super chat? What do they think? I'm fraudulent? I appreciate that you were going to send a super chat, though, but what were you going to say? Nick said his first was a condo when he was young. I don't know if he said the price, though. Yeah, it was probably a lot better than the prices now. It's probably much better than the prices now. And yeah, like, condos are on the table for me, too. It's just that they have to be in a certain price range for me to feel that it's worth it. And then in addition to that, there's a lot of condos that are dog shit, because what people like to do with condos is they like to buy them and then sublet them. And some people will sublet them to, like, you know, white privilege people. You know, people with white privilege. They'll sublet them to people with white privilege. And me, I need to be around diversity. Okay. Nick is very smart. I like that he's finally making money off his ideas, bought property, and is building on it. Yeah, dude, honestly. Nick's a really cool guy, you know? Alright. Find match. We're at the exciting part, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna pull a Hassan, and you're gonna watch my my empty seat. Feel like having a soda. I like to rinse off the soda cans because my wife told me a story about how her uncle drank from a soda can, and I guess a rat pissed on it, and he got sick. You know, he got real fucking sick real quick. They had to rush him to the hospital. I guess he had a hard time breathing, or something, something like that. So now I'm like, fuck. And it's like, that's in Brazil, so it's like, alright, maybe it's because it was in Brazil. Maybe that's what it was. That could be it. But also, like, you know. Alright. We're playing it Haboob. That's the map name, Haboob. Holy shit. Gotta clean the soda cans. Oh. Has BJJ experienced a McDojo phase yet? It's in the early stages of it, in my opinion. You see a lot of people who, they're running their gyms, and this is kind of because it became Western, right? Or not Western. I mean, Brazil is technically a Western country when you're looking at it, right? But Jiu-Jitsu is becoming Americanized, and unfortunately a lot of Americans do not have the patience to actually be good at something through merit. They want to be good at something because they were handed participation trophies. And a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gyms, I'll get to that in a second, but oh, okay, we have another, okay, alright. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, a lot of Jiu-Jitsu gyms are kind of catering to that, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business, right? They're catering to it, and they're saying things like, oh, just show up, just show up, just show up. And I mean, the most important thing in jiu-jitsu, the way we grade people is whether or not they're showing up every day. Because if you show up every day, then you'll definitely get better at jiu-jitsu. And it's like, no, actually, incorrect. I've seen people show up every day and not get good. I've seen people show up every day and they stall out after a while. Even if they are kind of getting good for a little while, I see a little bit of improvement. They plateau like a motherfucker, and then they oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Oh man, we got tons of them now. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go here. But yeah, they plateau like a motherfucker, and it's like, so what are you supposed to do? On one hand, it's like, all right, they're continuing to show up. You know, like, how are you gonna tell them no? Like, you're not gonna get a stripe while everybody else is getting a stripe, or a belt for that matter. You know, it's an awkward situation, but you know, even though there isn't really a good way to deal with it, there isn't really a good way to cope with it. If you give into it, if you're like, oh hey, no, it's okay, you'll get your stripe, it's cool. That creates a McDojo situation, you know, because that is what happened with like Taekwondo and karate and all these other things, right? You can talk about like whether or not their shit was good for fighting in the first place, you know, whatever. Who cares about that? You have a lot of people though who they have black belts and they can barely do the basics, and it's because they just kept showing up and they never got any better, but also they kept showing up and the black belt felt a little bit awkward, so he was like, all right, I guess I should probably promote this person. So yeah, at the end of the day, jiu-jitsu, like, I wouldn't say that it is 1000% in a McDojo phase thus far, but it will be in a McDojo phase very shortly or it's in the first little bit of its own McDojo phase that will only get worse if the importance of fighting, the importance of technique that actually works in a fist fight, not a jiu-jitsu match, but a fist fight, is stressed, and also if people do not push their students, you know, people need to push their students a little bit more. And again, the reason why people don't push their students as much is because adults have cars and they can decide whether or not they want to drive to your gym or to another gym. This is the fucked up thing. Like, I push the kids' classes a lot harder than I do the adult classes, because these adults, who most of them don't bother even... you could never get them into a gi, let alone out onto the mat. It would not happen. It will never happen, right? They'll watch their kid go through absolute hell just cuz. Oh, here he is. They'll watch their kid go through absolute hell, and they'll keep bringing their kid back. But if they decided to take a jiu-jitsu class, and, you know, you push them a little bit too hard, they'd be like, oh, but dude, oh, man, dude, nah, I don't think I want to go back. And it's fucking stupid, you know, it's dumb as hell. There used to be, there used to be natural gatekeeping in the MMA world because it was uncompromising. You know, if you were at an MMA gym, you were going to work hard, and that's just what it was. There was no way around it. Actually, you know what I should do? I should go after war. And then... there we go. But yeah, there used to be natural gatekeeping in MMA because it used to be an environment where you went there and you worked hard. That's just what you did. It was intense. It was you know, it was not for the faint of heart. And I'm gonna go ahead and create a couple more. Go to feudal. Gonna go to the feud. Oh shit, not enough food, of course. Duh. My economy is a little right now, but you know, I'm hoping I can fix that quick enough. He's got Spaniards, and they're a gunpowder civilization, so I want to get the castle age as soon as I can. I haven't quite mastered the fast castle yet, so you know, it just kind of is what it is. I think what I'll do right now, though, is I'll go ahead. I'll send a couple of them over to gold. I've been trying to say this for like 5 minutes now. MMA had its own natural gatekeeping because if you were going to go to an MMA gym, you were going to work hard. And if you didn't want to work hard, you wouldn't come back, and nobody would chase you. Nobody would chase you down. And in fact, there was kind of an attitude in the gym of like, new guy, let's see how long he lasts for. Let's see if he's actually cut out for this, or if he's a bitch-made pussy. And as annoying as that can be, right? Because who wants to sit there having to prove themselves all the time? You know, things are a lot better when they're chill. It's better to be chill. All right. It served some kind of purpose insofar as you're not going to have annoying people showing up and like bringing just annoying up the place. You know, you're not going to have annoying people coming in and like doing dumb shit like that. Excuse me. You know, and that's why jiu-jitsu sucks now, is because it's populated by a bunch of people who, like, that's their thing, is they go into a gym and they're just annoying, you know? Excuse me, if you don't want to work hard, you got to get hard for government jobs. Exactly, yes. But even then, government workers think they work hard. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, am I going to lame this dude? Can I lame this dude? Oh. Let's see. Got him. Fucking got him. Oh, never mind. Damn, that sucks. I didn't mean to actually attack him. That's bad news, because now he might get on his horse and try and attack me. What I'm gonna do real quick is so I got 516. I should start working on these. Yeah, government workers think they work hard, and it's evidenced by the fact that they always have like some of the worst attitudes that you've ever seen. You know, I've never seen a government worker who's not been like an absolute piece of shit. I tried to, I got laid off from work temporarily once, right? And they said I could, nice. They said I could apply for unemployment. I applied for unemployment, and I couldn't. Like, I couldn't get the name of the company right. Or, it's not that I couldn't get the name of the company. I couldn't find the company in the state system. For one reason or another, they just were not in the system. And, I call up the lady, and I tell her the name, and she spelled it wrong. She spelled it wrong. I didn't know until after. It's an easy name to spell, so I didn't think I had to spell it out for her, but I guess I did. And she spelled it wrong, and then on top of that, I'm sitting there, and she's like, okay, so you're going to have to apply for jobs weekly, and you're going to have to attend this job fair thing, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, really? I still have to do that, even though I'm on temporary unemployment? It's not... I have a callback date? And she was like, yes, sir, you have to. She's like giving me a fucking attitude as if I'm like insane for thinking that since I have a callback date, I have a return to work date, I probably am not going to end up having to, well, I'm not going to have to, do that shit, you know? And it's like that's like that's consistently the type of shit that you deal with when you're working with government employees, and it's just like, holy shit, man. Actually, you know what? I want more on wood. I think we got enough on, in fact, we have so many. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slap those two guys down on wood as well. And as soon as we can, I'm going to build horse, and I'm going to go to castle age. And in the meantime, I will... Oh, shit. I didn't want to research looms. Whoops. Yeah, shit. You see, my wood is so out of whack. My wood is so out of whack right now, and that's kind of what I'm afraid of. Yeah, so he's at feudal age right now, but I ain't really worried about that. Okay. As long as I stay ahead of him in the ages, I'm okay, because what I'm afraid of is him getting to, like, castle age and then spamming me with gunpowder units. You know, as soon as he hits castle age and imperial age, that's when I'm in trouble. Especially if he hits imperial age before I do, but I don't think that's going to happen, because I have enough on wood now as to where I am, you know, I'm alright. I'm going to hit one of these as well, and you know what I'm also going to do, just to be sure, is I'm going to build one of these here. I ain't worried about gold. You know, they aren't moving too far. Oh, son of a bitch. Damn. Alright, so... Oh, wait, no, it's all good. I got it now. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to build scouts, and I'm going to scout rush him, but it's not going to be like, you know, I'm only doing that to try and knock him off his resources. He's already shown that he will go into his keep. He will go into his town center for, like, nothing. You know, I accidentally attacked him with my one starting scout tab. So, you know, I'm not exactly worried. Plus, I have plenty of, whatever it's called. Oh, wait a second. Oh, son of a bitch. Ah, well, that's fine. I'll go ahead and I will,
Kia.
I'll build one, build that, nope, two, nope, you stay here, and yes, okay. See, I need to get my, I need to get these up to speed, though. I need to get these up to crack. Like, I need to research or up to scratch, the horse collar, and then the wheelbarrow. That way my economy will be handled better. Oh, excuse me. In the meantime, if I can kind of upgrade the, these guys. Actually, next age, I'll be able to do that, but I got a little while, and I don't know if I want to wait for it. I want to get my scout cav there ASAP, just to kind of toy with them while I keep trying to pull ahead further. One thing I will also do is research stone mining, because why not? Oh, I only did 3? Whatever. Ah, son of a bitch. Whatever, you know what I'll do? Oh, no, that's a little bit too close. Oh, shit. We're actually really close. I should probably throw up some walls. I didn't realize we were as close as we are. I'll wait for that scout cab to get done, and I'll send them over there. Right. You guys get your dumbasses back there. Yeah. I just really want to build a castle, because the sooner I build a castle, I can start doing woad raiders, and I can replace the scout cab for the woad raiders, which, you know, they go down pretty easy depending on who they're being attacked by, but also they do a lot of damage to, like, buildings and other things like that. And then I've also been getting better with my siege machines as well. My siege vehicles. Where the hell? Who's got this one? Who's manning this one? That's fucking weird. All right, whatever. All right. I like to attack at weird angles. Shit, he's not gonna expect. Everybody expects a frontal assault, obviously. You know. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh man, he's just letting him go. That either means he's not paying close enough attention, or you see, he's got these guys, and he's probably. Oh, all right. Let's go. You fucking get out of there, dummy. You big dummy. Let's go. I guess we can attack the. Yes, I'm almost ready for a castle. As soon as I build a castle, I'm not going to bring it, like, way close to him or anything, but I'm going to build it kind of forward. I'll build it here. You see? I didn't think that was going to make that much of a difference. Yes, okay, so... Castle... Castle... I'm not worried too much about using it as a defense, you know, because I think I'm far enough ahead right now as to where it's like whatever, you know. I'll go ahead. I'll use these two to build, because I was gonna send them over to there anyway, because I'd like to build another castle over here for I just looked over here, like, yeah, I'd like to build another castle over here for defense, you know, just kind of round it out a little bit. Oh jeez, what's this guy doing? I still haven't quite put up a, you know, a wall yet, and I should definitely get on that ASAP. And then, in addition to that, what I want to do is I want to start really farming gold, because it's going to be gold and wood that I need above almost everything else, you know? Well, when I go to siege, anyway. Speaking of which, oh yeah, duh. I should go ahead and catch up on these bad Larrys. Silly me. I'm talking about I need resources. My economy is only barely hanging on by a thread. Alright, no, you know what? So I need more wood. I got plenty of gold. I'd like to make one more attempt at these three, because I'm sure he's probably massing troops right now. you know what? Actually, no. Where do I have them going? Over there. Okay, so yeah, you know what then? Yeah, I think I'll do it. Scott, why are you sitting in darkness? Friday is Goon Cave Day, I take it. Wife goes out for drinks with the girls, and I pretend like I'm 14 again. Haha, the life. That's it. My wife's out with her boyfriend right now. She's actually, her desk is right on the other side of this. And she's sitting there right now, and she's got her headphones in blasting music. Because she doesn't want to hear when I talk shit about her. Yeah, I think what I need more than anything right now is probably more food. So I'm gonna. What's that? Your message? You send me a message? Oh, shit. You see, I knew it. Shit. Well, I mean, I need more of these guys anyway. Yeah, you see, what I'm afraid of right now is my food is so low, right? My gold is actually really good. You know, my this shit's coming along. My wood is not that bad, so I really need to get on creating more food for myself. And in addition to that, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of afraid. You see, what's 3 Woad Raiders gonna do? You know, and I need more food, bottom line. And in fact, you know what? I'll go ahead. I'll pull them off. I don't want to pull anyone off there because the sooner I get another castle, the better I'll be protected on this side. Maybe one of these guys. I'll go ahead. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we got more. 3 more. Wow. I'm doing fantastic. And then in addition to that, I can't go to Imperial Age until I'm all good on that end. So I'm going to go ahead. At the very least, I can funnel them around here. I want at least 9 Woads. I want at least 9 Woad Raiders, and it seems like I can do it. Yeah, so once I get 9 Woad Raiders, I'll go ahead and I'll go after these. You know, and hopefully I'll be able to make it work. Hopefully, what tends to happen with me, because I tend to skip on town watch and things like that, people take advantage of that, and they end up fucking building their shit right outside of my line of sight. You know, it's kind of the play style that I go with that is definitely not great, but you know, fuck it. It is what it is. What you gonna do? Nobody's perfect. Uh-oh. You see what I'm talking about? These guys absolutely tear through these guys absolutely tear through buildings. You know? I'll be able to probably take care of at least these 2 before he's able to respond with anything, assuming these aren't the only ones that he's got. Plus, he was expecting Cav, too. That's one of the reasons why I like Scout Cav early in the game when I can, is because they tend to overproduce pikemen in response, because they think, oh, he's going Scout. He's going Scout Cav, when really I'm not. I'm going Woad Raiders and Siege, eventually, you know? Oh, no. Take him out. You know, unless you're fighting people with horses, you ain't got shit, you know? Alright, you know what? I'll take my time on it. I'll take my time and really make sure, oh, shit. Really try to make sure my economy is, you know, taken care of. And I think I will also, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to build anything too crazy. Fuck it. Fuck it, who cares? I probably got this guy as is. So I wanted to target those military installations right there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit his gold and his you know, this stuff. his gold and his stone. You know, that's what I'm mainly afraid of. I don't care. Does he have nobody doing anything? Just it. I guarantee you I'm gonna go there and one of my guys is gonna get blasted. No, it's not. Okay. Hey everybody. Yeah, I think I got him. Yeah, I got him. There's no way I don't got him. Let's see what he had. GG, bro. GG. Oh, shit. What's going on, Greg? How you doing, man? I caught a little bit of the D&D stream. It was really cool. You should definitely do that again in the future. You know, have one-off games with, like, special guests and stuff like that. That was really cool. Scott, can you yell, Cole, go? Cole, I want to, but I'd get too embarrassed. Is that what they're saying? Is Cole, go? Right? I don't know. Like, I actually understand a little bit of the Irish that they're speaking. Like far, ag, and then I don't know what else they're saying. I think it might be like no car or something like that. I don't know what that means, but far ag means like man too, basically. Yeah, it means like man too. Let me double check though. I want to be absolutely sure, right? Kid is like kid is 100 as well. I don't know why they're like 100. It's like, hey man, 100. It's like that's weird. Oh yeah, man at. Far og means man at, but basically it would translate to like man to, or like, you know, like I would assume it means like on the way or something like that. What's it called? Fear is men as well. They say like something fear. It's like bid fear or something like that. That means something men. I don't exactly know what that means, but so you guys can finally say you saw me win a game. All right. I'm getting a little bit better at getting castles and things like that up. So you know, that's happy about that. All right. Let's go ahead and see the stats. Ah, yeah, dude. This kid had no chance. All right, let's hit it again. Legit thought they were Mongolian. Wasn't looking closely. You're talking about the guys that I'm using. They're the Celts, my good man. What's going on, Terror? Hello, Scotty. Missed you long time. Rub you wrong time. Love you long time as well. Zachary for Red, 1 in 10. Hey, dude, we're on the board. All right, we're on the board. I'm a glass half full kind of man. All right, when it comes down to it, I don't care about the losses. I care about the wins. All right. It was an honor to witness this. Thank you, Wayhub. Thank you. Oh, you said you think I'd be a better DM? I mean, the thing is, like, I played D&D for years, but I don't know the rules and I don't know everything that well. Ooh, this is gonna be tough because he's probably gonna end up building. He's probably gonna end up building ships, which the Celts are not really known for their shipbuilding capacity. What was I gonna say? Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't try it, but I feel like it wouldn't go as good as I would like for it to go because I am. When I played D&D years ago, I'll be honest with you, it was just an excuse for me and my friends to fuck around. Like, every week, we would just take the politics that was going on and we would make it into, we would bake it right into the quest. I was a drow elf, or a dark elf. We had Black Elves Matter. We had Alex Jones as a party member. You know, when my drow elf character led Black Elves Matter, we ended up having fiery but peaceful protests in the middle of a city after the guards beat the hell out of me. What's it called? Like we did shit like that, you know. And there was to call us murder hobos would be an insult to murder hobos. I'll be honest with you. It was just, as soon as, it's what happens when you play with a bunch of griefers, is what happens. It's what happens when you play with a bunch of griefers. We don't take anything seriously. We don't try at all. We just dick around, and that's it. Something about a red-bearded bartender or something. Oh, shit, what am I doing? I'm like, huh, that's weird. Usually I would hear like 5 of these guys by now. Alright. I'm waiting, I'm looking for the tree line. I don't know if that's going to be the tree line that I'm looking for. So, usually what I'll do is I'll have them start kind of cutting these down, the ones that are around the tree line. Nah, the ones that are around my, this thing, is what I mean. So my goal, because like I said, I don't typically play with Navy, I'm going to try and keep everything of mine far away from the water, you know. Passing through the water is going to be kind of nerve-wracking for me as well. Okay, so I have an elephant right there. That's good. I can lure him. I have a song stuck in my head now because I was talking about fear and fire. Hyperpolitical DND sounds epic. Gotta try the Cyberpunk Red stuff. It's very cool and can be silly. I would, but I don't have anybody to DM for me and my buddies. Plus, like, the core group that I played with, I still talk to a few of them, but a lot of us don't talk anymore. For one reason or another. One of our guys died years ago as well, too. You know, rest in peace to the admin. You know, I remember that. Man. Yeah, got me reminiscing now. You got me reminiscing about the old times. Yeah, I guess I'll go over there. Whatever. I feel like I'm lagging behind in building these. Alright, well, whatever. Do D&D with Taylor and Greg. That'd be nice. Setting up D&D is half the fun. That's the thing, like, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at, is, like, I don't know how I would set it up, you know? I know it's narrative driven, right? It's not like I gotta draw pictures and, you know, program anything, right? It's very narrative driven. But, you know, I don't know if I have the time and the energy for it, and then I don't know if I'll do a good enough job as well. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Yes, alright, we're good there. Yeah, and you know what? We'll take a couple of you. Oh.
Kid.
Alright, I guess all, like, 5 of us. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to build it close to Mr. Elephant. Greg is the DM, isn't he? Yeah, Greg DM'd a game today, you know? What game is this? This is Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Now, get the hell over here. You guys, actually, all of you should be going after the crazy elephant. Yes. Oh, yeah, even Mr. Cow got a say in the matter. That's fantastic. Oh boy. Yeah, I need to set up some of these. I already don't like how this is going. I feel like I'm lagging behind.
Kid.
Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I already feel like I'm lagging behind. I'm not a big fan of how this is going as is. Oh, whoops. I played a human barbarian harbor folk. I'm not usually the DM. This was my first time. Yeah. So you'll get better at it, dude, as you keep going. You know, it's like when I was doing the stream with Trish. Like, people said I did a good job. I didn't think I did that good of a job. You know, and I'm not saying that because I want people to tell me, no, dude, you were great. No, like I think I have room to improve. You know. Keep at it, Greg, and I'm sure you'll turn it into something that's, like, really good. You know, you could even make that a staple of your channel, especially because, like I said, like, you could have different guests every week and stuff like that, you know? you could develop like a core group of people, but then you could also have like special guests, you know, get Jet in for a game. That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Seeing Jet play DND. I feel like Jet would like it if he hasn't played DND before. I feel like he'd probably like it. I feel like he'd probably find it to be he'd probably find it to be interesting, right? He'd have a good time with it. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna pull these 3
Eat
off.
here.
No, just 3. Just 3. You big dummy.
Kid.
You big dummy. And
Kia.
then, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna build this. I want to try and get ahead of it just a little bit. Nah, you know what? You two, keep on going, because that's just what I need is for one of these to run out, because I don't have enough wood. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna focus pretty much on wood production next. People just appreciate the effort you're putting into the content. Yeah, I've found that that's a big thing with me, is like, not everything I do has to be the best, but like, there's like, the people that really watch the hell out of me, they appreciate the effort, you know? And I appreciate that you guys appreciate the effort, because it tells me that, like, you know, there's a reason to keep putting in the effort. If it got to a point where nobody wanted to see my shit, even though I'm putting in tons of effort, it's like, oh, all right, like, even the effort doesn't seem to be worth it, so maybe I should just, fuck off. There's no berries around, which is really strange. Usually there's a bush. I want to try the... Oh, uh-oh. 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 Alright, what we're gonna do is... set up a few of these bad mamma jammas. I should have known that. I watch you all the time, Scott. I think you should quit. JK, keep it up, big guy. That's it. That's all I needed to hear. It's just like Vic and F is for family. All it took was one time somebody is like, Vic, you need to do drugs again. He's like, hey, all right, cool, man. Yeah, sounds good to me, dude.
Kid.
Yeah, like I've noticed my view counts have gone down, right? And they've kind of stabilized around a certain point. But my view counts have gone down overall, even though, like I said, they have stabilized. But what has gone up and has stayed stable while being up is my my watch times. You know, these streams, there's usually between like 15 and 30 minute like watch time averages, which is like really good in my opinion. You know, it means that even though less people are watching me, the people that are watching me are really fucking watching me. Interesting. I have a feeling there's berries probably over on this side on mine then, but it's strange because, you see, that's got me a little bit nervous. Oh shit, this is Gold Rush. I had no idea. I had no idea we were playing Gold Rush in this way. Fuck. I'm gonna have to get guys out there ASAP. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, I need that, and then this. Damn, bro. Now I'm nervous because I'm not really good at this, because I tend to create a really nice stronghold that's got everything I need inside of it, and then I defend that thing. And then if the game goes long, I typically will exhaust somebody through playing a defensive game, and then I'll go on the offensive with my siege and shit like that. That's just what's worked for me in the long run for the most part. But these games, it's basically decided by whoever gets the gold, which if I keep on going at the rate that I'm going at, I might not actually be in terrible shape, but I'm still, you know, I'm still a little bit nervous about it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's nice to have new eyes for sure. You got to be aware of the first week hype of overnight fame. Yeah, that's definitely what it was for me, you know? Fucking was, you know, people saw me on Fish Tank and they were like, oh, let's pay attention to, They were like, hey, let's pay attention to this guy, you know? And, my shit went like that, especially because I was doing watch parties as well. So, you know, people were watching those just because they were like, hey, I guess I might as well watch the guy who was involved in Season 2 do the watch parties. Yeah, I want more here, honestly. But then I also would like... Yeah, I'll do 4. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll knock him off of his berries and shit like that if I can. Oh, I have some over here actually. Yeah, I'll go over here and I'll knock him off of those, and then I will see what I can do in return. Yes, I'll also take these. Thank you very much. I guess I will bring them here. Yeah, so he doesn't seem to be too robust so far, which is good. You know, I mean, I'm ahead of him a little bit. I need to build one more. I need to build one more structure, which I will do right now. Oh, there he is. And then it's just a waiting game to try and get as much food as I can. Actually, you know what? I should do just to be sure. I didn't know that that these things give you a buff. The relics, I had no clue. Alright, so I at least know nobody's over there, which is good. I will go ahead and I'll send some guys over there, and then, like I said, knock them off of their shit. I missed the watch parties. Suppose I started following after Season 2. Yeah, I'll do watch parties for Season 3 if I can, you know? I feel like I should ask Sam and Jet first. I didn't ask them. I just assumed that because there were other people who were doing watch parties years ago that it would be, like, cool for me to... Not years ago, but, you know, there were other people doing watch parties for Season 2. I assumed that it would be okay. But I really should have asked them first, you know? What I also tried to do is I tried to make sure that I wasn't, like, being a dickhead about it and just, like, watching in silence, you know? I talked over it a lot, which actually pissed people off, but it's like, whatever, what do you want, you know? I'm not just gonna sit here and not talk. Oh. Yeah. I think, yeah, I'm in pretty good shape. I have this dude scared shitless right now, from what it seems. Oh, yep. Exactly what I suspected. Let's go over there and see if I can take some of his guys away from wood. Oh, no, gold, actually. I'd rather take them away from gold. Oh, man, his guys are about to fuck me up. His civilians are gonna fuck me up. But if I can at least distract him for a half a second, that's kind of worth it.
Kia.
All right. Put one of these bad Larrys down here. And I have less than 200 until I can go to Castle Age. In that case, send one guy here. And then I'm gonna need some over here, I think. Oh, no, wait. You know what I'll do? I'll appropriate them for the purpose of trying to get castles.
Kid.
You guys need one of those as well. Then I'll send a few more over to there, because wood is the big thing that I'm really afraid of when it comes down to it. So, you know. Not afraid of, but afraid for. Oh, excuse me. So what I'm really afraid of, and I feel like they did this on purpose in this game mode, is I'm afraid of the same thing happening to me, where these guys are going to end up getting fucked up. There. You know, I'll send one more there just to kind of... yeah, you know what? Oh, shit, I hit the wrong one. I hit the wrong hotkey. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I don't care about my villages, they are expendable.
Air love.
Rob Wigan.
Alright, so we're headed to Castle Age. We got about half of what we need for a thing with the stuff. This is an Irish nationalist stream. Brits out. Yes, sir. No Brits allowed. Alright, I'll hit that too. I might as well. The more gold, the better. As soon as I can build a castle, I'm going to hit Woad Raiders, and I'm going to have them kind of lock this place down, right? Because if I hit Castle Age first, I'm pretty much golden in this area. Once I get that gold locked down, speaking of which, I should probably go after some relics as well. Yeah, not worried about that. Yeah, you know what? Oh wait, no, I need Castle Age before I can build a monastery anyway, so we're just about there. I'm gonna build a monastery and I'm gonna get that relic. The relics, I guess they give you a trickle of gold. That's literally that's literally the wordage Taylor from PKA mentioned to me yesterday when we were playing. Celts only, yes sir. Yes. Alright, hopefully that gets built quick. Nah, I think I'm alright. These guys are so close that it's like they're just constantly going. All they have to do is turn around and they got the shit. Alright, so and then I will also research. You don't ask Sam and Jet, you beg and pray to them. What? Sick you got to play with Taylor. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's a really cool dude. It's funny too because like I'm talking to him yesterday and I'm talking about like, you know, how I met Sam and you know, I'm telling him that I have met Harley and things like that, right? And you know, I was naturally I'm saying good things about Sam and Harley because like why would I ever say anything bad about them, right? And I said, like, yeah, like, they're really down-to-earth dudes, you know? Like, I don't know e-celebs like that and shit like that, you know? Fucking, I don't know, like, tons of them, right? But obviously I hear things about how e-celebs tend to be. And those guys are definitely not like that at all. And Taylor is like, yeah, I don't have a bunch of, you know, I really don't have a bunch of expertise with, like, e-celebs and stuff like that either. And it's like, I had a revelation that it's like, oh, Taylor thinks he's just a normal dude. And for all intents and purposes, he is, right? He's just a guy. He doesn't realize that I'm sitting here looking at him like, holy shit, this is Taylor from PKA, dude. Holy fucking shit, what the fuck? Dude, I'm really playing AoE with Taylor from PKA right now. He doesn't realize that that's what's going on in my head right now. You know, I'm just being cool. I'm just trying to be one of the guys. You know, I'm not like, whoa, Taylor from PKA, Merca Durka, whoa, oh man, you know that guy Wings of Redemption? Whoa, right? Obviously, I'm not going to be like that. That'd be crazy, right? But I'm kind of sitting there doing that in my head, and he doesn't realize that that's going on. So he doesn't realize that, like, him saying that, I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? He's an e-celeb. Taylor's an e-celeb. What is he talking about right now? What? Alright. We're going to go ahead. We're going to see if I can go ahead and grab this bad Larry as well. Right away, what I can do is... Yeah, you know what? I'll go to Imperial just because he's already hit Castle. Oh, no, I can't hit... Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Alright. Let's go ahead and hit that. Let's also send a few more here. I'm hoping and praying. You know what? Please don't let anyone be there. Please don't let anyone be there. Yes, nobody's here. That's good. Very good. And then...
Kid?
Alright. Get your ass back there. Get your dusty ass back there. Holy shit, Taylor doesn't realize I have a whole shrine dedicated to him in my basement. That's true. That is very true. Oh shit, this guy's just chilling here. You know what? Give me more food, peasant. You see, we gotta trickle again for those guys. You see, I gotta secure the middle here. I really gotta secure the middle in a severe way. I'm thinking about whether or not I want to create new guys or not. You see, I'm only just now getting to the Imperial Age, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to peel a couple of these guys off, and then, yeah, we're going to go right over there. Hopefully, they don't get fucked up. I like to garrison these guys in there immediately. I like to have them spawn inside the castle. That way, sometimes people go and attack the castle and they end up screwed, and they don't even realize it. All right, let's go. Yeah, you're right. They're just yelling "Kogo," right? Oh shit, dude, what the hell? What the hell is going on here? Oh man, that's crazy. I had no clue. Alright guys, well, we're barking up the wrong tree here. We might also be in a little bit of trouble. I'm hoping and praying we are not, but we will see. We will see indeed. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, You see, he hopped on it before I could, so... Alright, in that case, you will go... Whoop, nope, wrong one. Here. So now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to rely on Trebs and well, it's not that I have to rely on Trebs. It's that you know, I don't want to just send fucking these guys there, right? Especially now that he kind of knows what I'm planning. He kind of knows what my hand has in store for him. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna create some Trebs. I'll create 2. That way, hopefully, they'll be able to take these bad guys out as quickly as possible. And then what I'm also gonna do when I have the ability, shit, I took guys off of there. That's not good. When I have the ability to, I'm gonna go ahead and, in fact, after I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I might just leave these 3 to go there and then there, but I might also switch them over to stone. Not 1,000% sure what I'm going to do quite this second. But okay, good. So at the very least, I can get more of these guys, so I can have the Woad Raiders to cover the trebuchets, and then once I take these out, they're effectively screwed unless he gets smart and he builds a castle there. That would be his smartest move, considering that he now has control of this part of the field. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best. It's going to be a long shot. I'll be honest with you. I might be screwed, but I'm going to try and build another castle once I get more of these stones, right? Once I get more stone. And I'm going to try and create some Woad Raiders and some Trebs and maybe some siege engines, and I'm going to come around this way and give them a nice little wallop, you know? But we'll see if that actually works. I'm going to leave that alone for now. Also, I'm going to need some... I'd rather take them off the stone. Even though I need it bad, like, I can at least get these guys ready and focus on trying to take this part of the field. You know what? You guys, real quick, I'll have you build another one of those. It's crazy watching how quick those things go up when you have like 10 dudes on them. It's fun. Alright. So, we're gonna go ahead.
Kid, tall.
Alright. get fucking hasty, you dickheads.
Tall. Bid fear.
Get out of the Trebs way. They're more important than you right now. You're a support role. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Margaret. Tall.
See, once these guys end up, once that guy's gone, I'm just gonna absolutely wipe them out, and I'm gonna try my best to take the field over. But I don't know how well it's gonna go because, truthfully, I don't have nearly enough villagers right now. I should have had them up earlier, but you know, mistakes are made. All right, let's go. At the very least, I want to disrupt his gold getting abilities. You know, that's at the very least what I want to do. And then I also want to catch him. Fucking A. Get out, dude. You idiots. You fucking morons. You maroons. They might be safe enough. Maybe. Not this group. No, actually, I might get them. I might get them. What I need is to get them far enough away. Would you guys attack the right dudes? Oh shit, the guy gave up, really? He could have came back. I don't know why he gave up. Yeah, dude, he wasn't that bad. Why'd he give up? I didn't expect him to be taking his defense so seriously. I was gonna send, like I said, I was gonna build another castle here and send him around that way to try and catch him off guard while he tries to focus on getting this. You know, he could have came back. I don't know why he didn't. He didn't do that. He fucking, you know, the Woad Raiders wouldn't have been able to do that well against this thing. He would have been able to do something. Irish culture was always about working together to better ourselves in our small agrarian communities. Before the British came, we were like Na'vi, but not blue or 7 feet tall. Yeah, the Scottish were blue. That's actually I was wondering where Woad Raiders came from. Woad, I guess, like Woad is a flower that they used to use for blue dye, and that's like William Wallace, right? When he had the blue on him, that was you know, he was a Woad Raider basically, right? Scott, would you consider doing a reading stream where you read the ancient Irish epic? I'm gonna mispronounce this because I can't read Irish. Tain Bo Qualne? Whatever. It's long, but it's worth it and spiritually powerful. I don't know about that. I mean, I doing that on a stream, I don't know. I can barely read as is. Not like, obviously I can read, but I have to force myself to read. I'm reading a book about a regiment that the regiment that my ancestor was in, and I'm having a hard time picking the thing up and reading it, right? I'm about probably 2/10 of the way through. I'm almost like a quarter of the way through, but I've had the book for about a month now, and you would think that I would have been able to do it better. All right. You guys want one more? We'll go ahead. We'll do one more, and hopefully it'll be quick. You know, I don't want this to be a 3-hour stream, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Jesus is Lord. Just a reminder. Yes, sir. Cuchulainn converted to Christianity before he died. I hope so. I sure hope so. Oh, man. Make it a good one, yeah. With my luck, this will be the epic battle that I'm looking for. Oh, wait a second. Did Butt send me a message and I completely forgot to... Oh, man. Dude, I feel like Butt sent me a message. Hold up. Alright, yeah, I'm ready. But, let's, No, you dummy. Hold up. 20% of 500K, you could do it at these mortgage rates. When the election's over, they have to drop. Say it with me, 2% interest. Dude, if they hit 2% interest, I would, no problem. No fucking problem. I'm down. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, it's this one. All right. That's good to know.
Kid cat.
Oh, man. Time is of the essence, though. Thank you very much for that, Butt. Thank you very much, man. I don't know if you're still watching or not, and I apologize for almost completely forgetting about that. That's my bad. I feel so bad that you sent me a super chat and I missed it. I was in the middle of talking about something, and I just, it slipped my mind.
Yeah,
Get out of here. It slipped my mind that you even sent me that. So I you know, my bad, man. If anybody ever sends me money, I feel absolutely awful if I forget, or like if I feel like I haven't, you know, shown enough gratitude for it, you know. Thank you so much, man. Wait a second, what am I doing? I know where the tree line is. Yeah, I have Irish songs stuck in my head now.
Ireland.
Here we go. All right, cool. Never be 2% again. The 2% won't. Never be 2% again. The 2% won't let it. Yeah, the capitalists, the white capitalists won't let it be 2% again. I agree. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like 2% interest rate. That does sound pretty crazy. I could believe like oh geez, what am I doing? I'm fucking up, guys. I'm fucking up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Actually, no. You know what? All right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm about to find out though. I could believe like a 4%, maybe even a 3%, but 3% is still kind of pushing it. I feel like it probably won't be any lower than 4%, and I have no reason to say this other than I just feel it in my bones. You know, it came to me in a dream. That's what it is. Cars are at 8 to 13%. Shit's a joke. Yeah, and it was. I don't know if it was at 8 to 13% in 2021, but I do know there was a car shortage in 2021, and of course that's when my wife's car broke down, and she had to get not a new car, but she had to get a new used car that like it was like well in the 20,000s range, if I remember correctly, and it was like well over 5 years old and shit like that. It was like that hurt. That still hurts. We refinanced it too, and it still hurts. We were talking about it the other day. You know, it's like fuck, man. That is no, it wasn't in the 20,000s, but it was almost at the 20,000s. But it was a car that was not worth almost $20,000. You know. I don't want to talk too much about the car specifically, you know. I don't need to be putting that out there. Inflation and APR this time normal. It's one or the other. I don't exactly know what you mean by that, Neon. That's the thing. I don't exactly know what APR is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always heard that, and I've never quite understood what it was. You know, I couldn't tell you what APR is. All right. So, boar? I see one boar all the way over there. I don't know if it's even worth it to lure it over, to tell you the truth.
Kid?
What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna send these guys over here. Yeah, this is kind of a weird setup because I like to go here and then build farms in between there, but it's kind of difficult with the berries here and then the gold here. It's like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? God dang it. APR is expressed as a percentage that represents the actual yearly cost of funds over the term of a loan or income earned on an investment. I have no fucking clue what that is. None of those words are in the Bible. None of those words are in the Bible. Maybe they're in the Torah, but not the Bible. You know. Fucking. I have no clue what any of that is, dude. I have no clue. You know. Fucking
Kia?
You know, and it's like that for a reason. You know, they don't want you being good at money stuff. And when I say they, I you know, fucking don't go crazy because I said they. Fucking, this isn't something where I'm like naming anyone in particular, right? When I say they, I mean the people in finance. But the people in finance, they don't want you knowing how to do everything on your own, because then what would you need them for, you know? It's like law. Like, you can represent yourself in court, but if you tried to do that, you would get blown the fuck out. Not just by a lawyer that knows what he's doing, like, better than you do in terms of arguing a case or the law or anything like that, but also because a lawyer knows how to actually get things done in a court. He knows what paperwork to file when. He knows what motions to call for and when they need to be called for and things like that. Let's go ahead and upgrade. You're going to be sitting there and you're going to think, dude, I could totally out-argue this guy who argues for a living. I could totally do that. I'm a fucking gas station attendant, but I could out-argue this guy who argues for a living. Fucking, totally. And even if you could, you're still going to get screamed at by the judge every 5 seconds, because you're going to be standing up being like, objection! And they're going to be like, on what grounds? Sit the fuck down. Sit down and shut up. And that's why if you try to represent yourself in court, a lot of the time they actually won't allow you to. They'll be like, no, we're going to appoint you a lawyer, and you're going to let this lawyer speak for you. You don't have a choice in the matter. Oh, duh, I started talking about something else, but, yeah, finance guys, they don't want you knowing how to do finance yourself, because in theory you could do it yourself, but also, like, you don't know what all those words mean and stuff like that, you know? I am not under maritime law, exactly. I'm gonna scream that at the banker that I go to, I'm gonna scream that at the banker that I go to for my mortgage when I go to buy a house. He's gonna be like, so, how much do you make per year? I'm not under maritime law. I'm not driving. I'm traveling in my land boat. I am a sovereign citizen. It's like, oh, that must pay pretty well. I need more houses. Oh wait, I'm already. Oh shit. I'm like halfway paying attention to this game right now. It's pretty crazy how over the course of time cultures move around but stay identifiable, i.e. the Celts in France. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, things change, but they stay the same to a degree. Fucking, like the Irish and the Scots, they were the same, but then, the separation, they kind of developed their own individual identities, but they still are pretty similar to each other. And it's pretty interesting, Actually, the name Scot, I have not the name Scott, but the name Scott as in Scotland. I actually am 99% sure. Nobody ever told me this for fact, but I guess the Celts in Scotland, right? The Celts in the Highlands, they were known as Scoti. Oh, not even the Celts in the Highlands. Now that I think of it, just the Celts in general. They were called Scoti by the Romans and the Hellenists and things like that. And I have a feeling that's probably where Scotland came from, right? The name Scotland probably came from that. That's interesting to me. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I'm like halfway paying attention to this. I have no clue what I'm even doing right now. I'm like...
Kia?
But yeah, and then Ireland, right? It comes from the name of the god Eru, right? Or Erin, right? And it's just they got their names not because they were like, we are the Irish, but because they were like, oh, our main god, our main goddess, right? One of the most important goddesses to us is Eru. What's it called? There's little quirks like that I find to be interesting. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna steal this up because I had no clue that this was gonna lead to an opening. So there is that. Yes. Now get your ass over there, and we're gonna build that, and you are gonna help. I probably shouldn't even go there, now that I think of it. I just, fuck, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna send him out this way, this way.
Rob Wigan. Kia. Rob Wigan.
They were reminded that the pharaohs were gingers. Dude, there's a lot of people. Like the original steppe people in Mongolia, they were Caucasians. They were red-headed Caucasians. They were known as the Scythians. I'm not saying Mongolians were originally redheads or anything like that, but the first people who rode in the steppes were the Scythians, and they were very similar to the Celts. It's actually where the Celts came from, and they ended up migrating west as time went on. You know, the Celts are descended from the Scythians, as are a lot of cultures. You know, I would assume the Romans are probably descended from them as well. I'm not 1,000% sure. I know the Celts are. And one of the interesting things too is that you have what do you have? Oh wait, dude, I'm in good shape actually, food wise. I need to get my head in the game, damn it. I need to get my head in the game. You guys are distracting me. No, but what was I gonna say? If you go far back enough, like they all have like one ancestor pretty much. Like even Proto-Celtic and Latin are very similar. Like one of the words that sound like you hear it in certain words. Like the word for sword is gladius in Latin, but in Proto-Celtic it's gladios. Right? There's like little pieces like that in certain words where it's like, oh yeah, those are definitely the same word, just said with different accents and dialects, essentially. And then those dialects kind of branched off from each other, and that's how we get, that's how we get, these different languages and things like that now, you know? And the same exact thing happened with the Romance languages, you know, Portuguese, Italian, French, what else? There's, other Romance languages and things like that. You know, obviously there's some outside influence and things like that. But these, yeah, we're good. We are golden. I think we're in good shape, but I can't speak too soon because whenever I speak too soon, I fuck myself up by mistake. You can hear the similarities and things like that. Like the word yo, right? In Spanish is I. In Portuguese, it's eu. So there's yo, eu, right? Eu. And then it all comes from the Latin ego. Fucking language is fun, you know? Like, obviously I'm not some kind of, like, crack linguist or something like that, but it's interesting to know these things. It's fun to know these things. And I want to learn multiple languages. I want to be able to teach my kids Irish as well as English, and then, I'll let my wife handle the Portuguese, but I want to have a good enough understanding of Portuguese by the time my kids are good enough. By the time they're good enough, by the time they've got their skill issues figured out, by the time they're old enough to learn language, you know, it'd be better for us to just teach them that as though it was something that was like normal than it would be to one day be like, all right, kids, time for you to learn Portuguese and Irish. You know, it'd be good to do that. I would have loved to do that. It would have been nice if, like, my grandfather picked up enough Italian to speak and then spoke it to my my mom, who then spoke it to me. That would have been nice, you know? It'd be really cool. And I push that on the kids that I teach, too, because you got kids who, like, their parents are from whatever area, and it's like, why wouldn't you learn another language just for the hell of it, you know? Learning another language is one of the easiest ways to convince people that you're a lot smarter than you actually are, you know? And I say that not meaning to sound cynical or anything like that. I say that because, like, it's a good way to impress people in a way that will get them to be like, hey, maybe I should give this guy a job. Maybe I should have this guy around, you know? It'd be a lot easier for me in the gym world. I'll be honest with you. It'd be a lot easier for me if I spoke better Portuguese, because whenever we have a Portuguese speaker come in and like, fala português, I'd be like, sim. E aí? You know, I'd be like that, and we'd actually be able to have a conversation, and they'd feel a little bit more comfortable, and they wouldn't show up, figure out nobody speaks well enough to keep them around and then leave, you know? My favorites are Dieus and Dagon, the gods of light and dark, from which we get Deus for God, and the Latin entity has been... Oh, the latter entity has been lost to time. That's pretty interesting. I never knew about that. Yeah, you know... When we're playing on this map, I don't bother with cav. I bother... Oh, interesting. When we're playing on this map, I tend to not bother with cavalry or anything like that. I tend to go straight for, what do I tend to go for? I tend to go straight for archers, because archers can at least usually shoot over these things, you know? Vaguely learned about the Scythians in university, and the only thing of note that the professor taught us on the subject was that they had female horse riders in their army. That is most certainly bullshit. I do not believe that. I do not believe that for a half a second. Maybe you see, that's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of these intellectual types do. Is they try to make people interesting. They try to make these ancient civilizations into like noble savages who like actually they did. The Vikings had shield maidens. It's all part of the noble savage mythology. And fuck, I might be fucked. I might be a little bit fucked right now. I might be a lot of it fucked actually, because I'm behind on stone. This guy's probably gonna. Yeah, you know what? I should go ahead. I should research these guys, that way he doesn't just go right outside and fucking build them. Yeah, it's part of the noble savage mythology. You know, they're trying to act like, oh well, I mean, these savages, these absolute, because that's what noble savage mythology is these savages, these people who were backwards still had more sense than us. They had shield maidens. They had female horse riders that went into battle. I hear they led the way. They had female generals, and it's like, no, they fucking didn't. They didn't. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Did not happen. You know? And of course, that's all you learned about them in college. It's the civilization that gave birth to Europe. So naturally, the only thing you're gonna learn about it is some kind of subversive bullshit that's not even true. Of course. It's going to be some propagandized bullshit. They do the same thing with the Irish in Brehon law, right? They try to say that, like, oh, well, you see, women could divorce their husbands under Brehon law, right? Brehon, however you say it. I forget exactly how you say it. They try and pull that weirdo bullshit, and it's just like, even if they could, you think that was happening because, like, they were, like, women empowered. No, it was probably for another reason, you know? It probably had to be approved of by the druid. I guarantee you it had to be approved of by the local druid. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, no, you can leave them at will. It's all good. No fault divorce. No fault divorce. It's okay. It's fucking crazy, dude. You know, it's crazy and it pisses me off. Yeah, I'll send them over here. I definitely need tons more over here. No, go ahead. Yeah, we may not be in good shape here. We may not take this one. In 2019, a grave with multiple generations of female Scythian warriors armed in golden headdresses was found near Russia's Voronezh. Interesting. So it's not that they were found with like swords. It's not that they were found with anything specific. And those swords were not. It's not that they were found with swords that could have actually been used in battle or anything like that. It's that they were found with headdresses. That to me is what it sounds like. Maybe there were swords, but even then it's like, well, could that just be part of the burial ritual, right? Because that's the thing is, just because you're buried with something, it doesn't mean that you are that thing. My grandfather was buried with some stuff that was reminiscent of piloting airplanes. That's like my grandfather was buried with some stuff that was reminiscent of piloting airplanes because he was an airplane pilot, right? He flew like single engine shits. You know, flying was very much a hobby and lifestyle to him. archaeologists a million years from now are going to dig that up and they're going to assume that he was an airplane simply because he was buried with that stuff. That's essentially what happens with these archaeologists, is like they're buried with something and they don't quite understand what it's actually used for. They just want to believe it was used for something specific, and because of that they turn around and they're like, oh, this female was a warrior. It couldn't be anything about, like, spiritual shit. Like, you bury them with the sword because when they die, they're gonna undergo a spiritual battle. So you give them the sword, that way they can take it into the spirit world with them and slay the demons that are gonna try and eat their souls, right? There's so many different, afterlife theories in so many different cultures that are literally that. They are just that. Fucking... And,
Kid?
Oh, alright, we're good. They're already crossbowmen. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna knock him off of that just to kind of get a feel of how he's gonna react to it. It's probably a bad idea. It's probably a bad idea, but I should go ahead. Boink. 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 Anyway, Tall. Yeah, it's just stupid as hell, and I don't believe it. I don't buy it at all, you know? If they were really found in a way that makes people think they were warriors, they'd mention more than just head... ooh, okay, that's not good. That's not good. Shit. Man. Yeah. Nah, I don't think we're in good shape, boys. I think we might be a little bit fucked, boys. I don't think we're gonna be able to do much of anything. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can take out a couple of these guys before shit. Damn. That's exactly what I was afraid of. That is like 100% of what I was afraid of. Well, what you gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep on fighting. We ain't giving up, no sir. Again, I'm gonna need tons of gold. In fact, you know what? I'll get them started on there. But yeah, it's like I said, like, people find graves, and because there's like a small pocket knife in the grave, right? They take that and they ascribe whatever they feel like to it. And that is all of archaeology. They do that all the fucking time. And it's just fucking, it's so stupid. It's so dumb, you know? And they're trying to slander the first, not the first civilization, potentially the first civilization, because the out of Africa theory has been disproven multiple times. Like, out of Africa is not actually real, but you know, good luck trying to get that. Good luck trying to get that to be accepted, right? What was I gonna say? They're trying their best to slander. Oh, I should do that. One of the first civilizations, one of the first major groups of people to actually have a mark, and that you could actually trace from here to the modern day. You know, it's out of Ireland. It's true. It's true. It's been proven. It's been proven. Oh man, dude, I'm just waiting to get to the Imperial Age. In fact, you know what I got to do as well. Yeah, you know what? I gotta start working on siege engines, and I really gotta hope and pray they're gonna take out those fucking battle elephants. See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put another one like right here, and I'm gonna hope and pray that it's going to work. All right, here we are. But see, I think going siege engines is gonna be better for me, and then I'll build trebs in a little while. I could even do petards on I could even do petards. They're all a bunch of petards. I could go around this way with the petards, break in, and I could hit him with trebuchets over there to take that thing out, and then just kind of, like AIDS, just kind of infect him my woad aidsers.
Erlov. Bunage.
Yeah. Focus on scorpions, I suppose.
Valgre.
Yeah, it wasn't enough gold, of course. That's exactly it.
Rabuja.
Oh yeah, shit. I also... He's going... Oh, man. I'm in bad shape, too, because I'm just realizing he's going after the relics. I don't even know where the relics are. Damn. I'm not a big fan of going after the relics to end the game. Like, if they give you a buff and you want to use them, that's one thing, obviously, but I think it's dumb when people are like, oh, I'll take all the relics and I'll end the game. It's like, yeah, fight me like a man. Fight me like a man.
Rabuja.
Yeah, and you know,
Kia?
half of them will be used for one of these bad Larrys. That way I can at least see if I can find him. God made man in his image and then made woman to be his helper and companion. Yeah, I mean, biblically, that is the way that it works, you know?
Rabuja.
But you're not allowed to feel that way today, even though it's literally what your religion says. Yo, that's one of the things that I'm not a big fan of, is that there's a lot of people trying to make Christianity into something it's not. Christianity is what it is, warts and all. And regardless of how you feel about whatever is being said, it is what it is. You know, what are you gonna do? Back over there, and then you're gonna jump on gold, or we'll see. If I need a little bit of this to get a third castle, I will. If I can build a third castle, then that's an obvious yes. I'm not gonna worry about trebuchets yet. One more scorps. Attended that class in 2021, so I guess that's where. Man, I hate YouTube's chat thing. It's so annoying. It blocks out like bits and pieces of messages and stuff like that. That's the worst. No. I want these guys nice and far from each other. What's going on here? What are you guys doing? Somebody send me a super chat. Oh, hi Ecuador, tipped $5. Thank you very much, man. Scott, have you thought about the various members of the community that will lay your body in a passage tomb deep in Western Ireland when you pass at 90 with 500 acres of land and multiple war brides? Who will cover it with that 500-pound stone? Worth a think. Whoever the strongest is gets that honor. That's who. That's who's gonna cover it. Thank you for the $5, man. Stephen McFickle 109. What's going on, man? I don't think I've seen you around before. What would you do if your ex took your daughter at the age of 5 from New England to Florida and you found out she was gay through her Instagram at age 20 now? Am I bad? Am I a bad father, or are women evil? I mean, she took your daughter from you. Did you tell her you didn't want it to happen? You see, here's the thing you need to understand about here's the thing you need to understand about this shit. It's not your daughter, it's her daughter. Right? The way the court systems work, they don't view it as your child. They just view you as the pay pig, right? And it's disgusting and it's evil, and that's why I can't stand seeing these like former like red pill anti-feminist like dumb bitches on Twitter who like they complain about like I just gotta unfollow Lauren Southern and Brittany Fenty. That's really what it is. But I just get too lazy to do things like that. What I mean is like you see these women and like I see Lauren Southern on Twitter yesterday, and she's like, if women don't vote conservative anymore, it's gonna be the fault of the red pill men. And it's like, fucking says who? Why would it be their fault for being abused to the point where they're like, hey, I don't know, maybe women do just hate men. Maybe women are evil, and maybe I need to protect myself from them. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe that's what I need to do, is protect myself from women by being hostile to them, which is exactly what women do to men all the fucking time. You know? How could you blame them? Honestly. Fucking, like, you're not as long as you were trying to be there for the child, you weren't a bad father. You were probably a very good father. You were probably a better father and husband. Oh, jeez. You were probably a better father and husband than that chick even fucking deserved. You know? And, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. You know, that's terrible. You know, that's terrible, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Uh-oh, Imperial Age. Alright, you see, this is where I'm gonna be a little bit nervous. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start creating those treads. Oh, excuse me. Oh, jeez, I need more wood.
Kia?
Nope. There we go.
Rob Wigger.
I did. I never wanted her to move. Court was on her side 100%. Yes. And if you decided you wanted to move and you wanted to take your daughter with you, you would have had to ask the court, and they would have said no. But she could do that, and she probably didn't even have to ask. She was just like, yeah, I want to move. And they were like, oh my god, you go, girl. Literally, you go, girl. You go to wherever the hell you feel like. I don't give a shit. It's disgusting. You know, it's some of the worst shit you've ever seen. And, you know, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I really am. You know, that's terrible. You know, we're gonna go here. I'm married now, Ben. My wife now is amazing. Just hurts to hear my flesh and blood is gone. I met her mother in a church. Yes. And that's another thing that these idiot women on Twitter like to say is like, oh, you just go after the wrong women. You go after bad women. And it's like, oh, yeah, I do. Last I checked, women are the gatekeepers. Women decide, right? Baby. Question. Did I win you over, or did you pick me? Yeah, like, did you decided from the get-go that I was worth being around, right? I didn't make you decide, like, all right, maybe I should give him a chance, and then I earned you somehow. No, like, you. Yeah, so so you're saying that I didn't win you over, you picked me? Yeah, and you know, in the beginning, the middle, the end, whenever it was, like, you know, bottom line, like, it's not like I did anything extra super duper special or crazy or anything like that, and you were like, wow, this guy, wow, whoa, wow, whoa. You decided, regardless of how I felt about it, regardless of whether I was into you or not, you decided you would make yourself available to me, and that's how you and I ended up together. You know? I didn't really have much to do with it, to tell you the truth. At least anything that I did, like, consciously. It's not like I saw her and I was like, I want to win her over. I'll decide to be a red-headed martial artist who has his shit together. It's not like I decided that. I had to be that for myself, and then she decided she wanted me, right? And the type of woman you attract is not up to you at the end of the day. They try to make it your fault by being like, well, why don't you just date better women? And it's like, well, if I could, I would, but I can't, because the women that I date, regardless of whether I say yes or no to them, at the end of the day, they choose me, not the other way around. Let's see if we can get to, you fucking... You fucking bitch. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Usually it shows you where... Oh, and he put it right in the back, too. He put it right in the fucking back. Ah, that bitch. Fuck that guy. Fuck this dude. Alright. I'm gonna take a huge chance here. I'm gonna take a huge. Actually, it's not gonna be as big of a risk. I suppose it's not gonna be as big of a risk, but I don't know for sure.
Kid.
Let's go ahead and
Tall.
yes, this gentleman right here. Whoa! No! I wanted you. Oh! Shit! All right, everybody. Okay, everybody. Run! Time to go. Oh man, son of a bitch, dude. Come on. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm pulling this one out, guys. I don't think I got this one. I don't think it's happening. If it does, it's gonna cut it real close. Oh yeah, no, there's no way. I'm fucked. I'm gonna keep fighting. But like, it's all a load of bullshit. At the end of the day, you really don't have much of a say in anything. You just gotta kind of take what you can get. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't try, right? Like, you know, game does exist to a degree, but game only... It only works insofar as you're gonna take a girl who is thinking, yeah, I guess he's cute, and get her to think, oh yeah, I really want this guy. I want to be around this guy, right? That's how game works. Game only works on a woman that is that much interested in you at least. If she's not interested in you at all, it does not matter. But, these guys are doing a lot better than I anticipated them to be doing. They're still fucked, though. They're still fucked. Oh well. Let's just see. Let's test out these siege onagers. You know, at the end of the day, like, there's fucked up women everywhere, and you're not gonna know they're fucked up until after they have fucked you over in some way, shape, or form. My advice to most men today is that dating and marriage is not really the best idea, and I know that sounds hypocritical because I'm married, but if I didn't meet my wife, I would be single right now. I stayed single for about 1.5 to 2 years, I want to say. Didn't so much as look in the direction of a woman in an interested manner, right? For a while. And I had planned on doing that forever. That was just going to be the rest of my life, you know? And I was happy. I was doing all right. And don't get me wrong, I love my wife now, and I'm you know, I said I'm not doing great right now. It's not because I'm married. It's because of other aspects of my life. But like, it's the juice is just not worth the squeeze at the end of the day. See, that's what I need when I go to knock people off of shit, is fucking that stuff. I want to see what happens if I hit them with these. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm screwed. There ain't nothing I can do. Yeah, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, and one of the best things you could do is just remain as detached as possible, which I know is a lot easier said than done, considering that your daughter is wrapped up in the middle of this. But the best thing you could do is maybe try to send your daughter letters if that's not going to end up getting you in some form of trouble. It wouldn't surprise me if a divorce court was that fucked up as to where they were like, you're not allowed to contact your daughter for literally no reason other than they hate men, right? Because that's what divorce courts are. They're just tribunals. They're military tribunals. Actually, a military tribunal is probably more fair than a divorce court. They're a Stalinist tribunal, right, for men, just for the sake of punishing men, right? That's really what it is at the end of the day. And you know, the best you can really do is to just try your best to remain as detached as humanly possible, as to not suffer as much as you would, and also not make certain mistakes. If you can send letters or call or whatever, I would definitely do that. Yeah, fuck it. If you can send letters or if you can call or anything like that.
Beat fear.
Oh, that's weird. Siege on it. Oh, it's definitely do that. Just remain as in touch as you possibly can with her, and then honestly, fucking
Kia.
she's gonna turn 18 someday.
Folgere.
You know, she's gonna turn 18 someday, and you'll be able to talk to her on your own time, and you can explain to her, like, look, your mom just kind of took you without a thought as to how it would affect me, and I didn't abandon you, I didn't tell her to take you or anything like that. I wish you stayed. I wish you could have stayed. Excuse me. I'm sorry that happened, and I wish she didn't do that to the both of us. I hope you don't hate me. I don't know what lies she may have told you about me, but I never would have just told her, "Oh no, it's fine. You can take our daughter."
Toll.
She's 20. She's 20 now. Yeah, I would assume it's 20. Like I said, that heart thing is covering up one of the words, but well, yeah. So then, if you can hit her up, explain to her what happened. You know. Oh.
Kid, bid fear. Done cut.
I love talking to these guys like that. Oh yeah, she's 20 now. That's good, man. Oh, jeez. Look at that wall. That wall is crazy. Oh, man. Alright, boys. Let's go. Oh, man. Look at all that. Oh, man. No. Stay there, boy. Sorry, I'm like half doing this and half trying to talk about that stuff, you know. Bottom line, like, if she's 20 now, I hope you would have reconciled with her by now, you know. That would obviously be a very good thing, you know. I'm sorry that happened to you. Damn, look at how quick this thing tore through my wood. Holy shit, dude. All right, whatever. Let's. I don't even know, man. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I hope everything between you and your daughter is good now, and I hope that, you know. Anyway, I'm just gonna hit a random one.
Build a forward base at the flared location.
Got him. Fucking got him. Yeah, you know, I want to. Yeah, bottom line, like, because I want to give you an actual, like, I want to put a pin in this in a real way, and I'm kind of too distracted to do that. Basically, I hope everything between you and your daughter is good now, right? I really hope everything's all right, and I hope that your wife does not fuck up her life in addition to your life even more. Now that she's 20, the thing is, there's little ways that they will try and extend child support payments and things like that. So, you know, if you haven't been hit by that, you probably are getting off a little bit lucky. And I hope that you can sever ties with this woman, and I hope that your daughter severs ties with the woman as well, because if she's going to do that kind of thing, then I guarantee you she was probably not that good of a mother either. She was probably absolute dog shit, and she's probably not worth being around in that way. I hope your ex-wife pulls her head out of her ass and starts doing what she needs to do, And I just hope everybody does okay for themselves. You know, that's really all. That's really all you can do is just. I hope everybody does okay for themselves. And you know, you didn't do anything bad. You didn't do anything wrong, at least from what you've told me, right? You know, it sounds like she just cut and run with your child without a thought in the world about how you would feel about it, which is disgusting behavior that is absolutely 110,000% expected nowadays, not just from divorce courts, but especially women, you know? A lot of women hate men. In fact, I would say most women hate men because they're raised to hate men. And it's not even 1,000% their fault because they don't realize the hatred that they have for men. Every woman that I've dated, right, has had some kind of hang-up that they didn't realize they had. And that hang-up led to them pulling moves and doing things that were directly harmful to me and to whatever men were in their life. And if you tried to explain it to them, they'd be like, what? Huh? What? At best, they'd be like, huh? What? Either that or they'd get hostile towards you. It's because they were raised to believe that these acts are a good thing, that they are acceptable, that it's okay for them to do. And sometimes, like I said, it's a good thing, right? They should do it because it's good and they need to do it. And that is... it's screwed up. You know, and unfortunately, you can't really do much to try and help a lot of these women. You know, if you can find a woman who she genuinely seems like she's ready to unlearn that bullshit, then good for you. Go for it. Like 1,000%. Go for it. Definitely, 100%. But most women are not going to be because everything they do benefits them. You know, why would you stop doing something that benefits you so much? You can have a boyfriend and then also go out to the club and fuck some dude and then yell at the boyfriend for being upset about that. Like, that's the type of shit that people like to try and pull today. You know, why would you stop that if you're getting everything you want in the moment? You know, and a lot of these people in general, not just women, but a lot of people in general are very immature. They're emotionally stunted, they're maladapted, and they are not very well adjusted. And because of that, good luck trying to get them to even acknowledge that they've done something wrong in the first place, let alone that it's a pattern of behavior that comes from them being raised to believe that it's a virtue to disrespect all the men in their lives constantly all the time. And you're just not going to get them to do that. It's not going to happen. Right? So that's why I tell men when they ask me, like, hey, dating and marriage is not really the best idea. And like I said, I know it sounds hypocritical coming from me. Okay, I get it, fine. But I cannot in good conscience recommend that you get married. If somebody came to me and was like, Scott, I'm getting married, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude, good for you. I wish nothing but happiness and success for you. I wouldn't be like, dude, what are you doing, kid? What? Why, dude? What? That's a bad idea, dude. I wouldn't be like that. I would not be like that. However, if somebody was to come to me and be like, yo, Scott, should I get married? I'd be like, probably not, man. Probably not. Probably not. Nope. You know? It's disgusting the way that gender relations have devolved, you know, and the victims are men. Men are the victims. That's just what it is. You know, a lot of people don't like to hear that. When they hear men are the victims, they either get defensive about it. They're like, what? No, I'm not a victim. No. And it's like, no, you're a victim. I'm not saying you're helpless. I'm not saying you're a pussy. I'm just saying you're the victim of wrongdoing. If somebody tries to fight me, I'm the victim of wrongdoing. Even if I fight them and beat their ass, I am the victim of wrongdoing. I just put a stop to it. You know? It doesn't mean I'm like, oh, poor me, right? That's not what it is. But then in addition to that, you have the other side where it's like the bad actors and things like that, where they're like, oh yeah, you think you're a victim? Yeah, right. Right? You have that side. It's gross, it's grotesque, and it's not going to get any better. At least not right now. It's not going to get better soon enough as to where we are going to be able to really benefit from the things that make life worth living in that way. And you know, it sucks, man. you know, it sucks. Gender relations have really broken down. I'm not saying men can't do anything bad. I'm not saying men don't have bad tendencies and bad habits and things like that, but it's really telling the way that women kind of always find their way back to circling the wagons around themselves, where you'll have women like, again, Lauren Southern and Brittany Venti, who for years they saw the systematic abuse, the systematic vampirism that has been perpetrated against men. They see this, they understand it, they see the gauntlet that men have been run through, and then they turn around when Andrew Tate hits the scene, and instead of being like, you see, feminists, this is what's happening. This bald dickhead who lives in Romania, who sounds like he's halfway from America but also halfway from England, is now saying his shit, and all your sons are like, I like that guy. Because you wouldn't back the fuck off, because you wouldn't treat them fairly, because you told them they were bad from the moment they were born, because you had jokes about, oh, is it going to be a boy or an abortion? Excuse me, is it going to be a girl or is it going to be an abortion? Haha, oh, haha, funny, because you brought jokes like that into reality. Instead of them pointing and saying, hey, like, you caused this, ladies. Me, I was trying to fight against this, but you caused this. Instead of doing that, they point to the Andrew Tate guys, the based red pill alpha male type dudes, of which I'm not a fan. And they say, oh, you see, well, if Republicans never win another primary, if Republicans never win another election, it's going to be the fault of the conservative men. They sit there and they start doing that, you know. Women will always circle the wagons around their own bullshit, regardless of whether they're conservatives, liberals, whether they're asexual, you know, whatever the hell they are. They're always going to circle the wagons to protect what their own interests are, which their own interests are pretty much like being taken care of in one form or another. It's just the conservative women just want a little bit less of your tax money, but overall they still want you to be their slaves. You know, Lauren Southern wants you to be her slave. Brittany Venti wants you to be her slave. Philosophy Cat. You know, the rest of the cracked out conservative like females that try and act like they're totally based red pilled trad girls, and you know, and they've distanced themselves from the whole trad fad, because that's what it is. It's a fad, you know. These women, they are not that much better from the blue-haired feminists that want to like that want you to just be their pay pigs for absolutely positively nothing, you know. And it's disgusting. Lauren Southern is disgusting. Fucking like Brittany Venti, disgusting. I used to like these people, and I used to like not just the things that they would say, but also like their senses of humor. Like I admired them in a way because of the way that they were fun to watch, right? It was fun to watch them do their stuff. I had a good time seeing what they were up to and things like that. And now it's just like, what are they? They're just screeching harpies on Twitter who have shown their hand. They've removed the masks, and you're just learning now that they're approaching the wall. They're the exact same as all the other like idiot women out there that are like pieces of shit, cracked out, you know. Fucking, and look, I'm not saying it's like all women. When I say the other idiot women or all women or whatever, what I really mean is a lot of these women that you're finding. I'm sure there's good women out there. I mean, I think there's a good woman sitting right on the other side of my fucking computer monitor. All right, I think there's a fine ass bitch. I think there's a fine ass bitch right on the other side of my computer monitor, right? But like, when we're talking about the majority, the extreme majority, I think Lauren Southern is a classic example of someone who, like, you know, she was a pick-me girl at the end of the day. You know, that's a term that is very poignant, pick-me, right? You hear a lot of leftist women talking about pick-me girls, and they use it to describe feminists and things like that. Anti-feminist women, or like women that are like conservatives and things like that. And it's because they see through the grift. They're like, oh, these women believe basically what I believe. It's just they don't cut their hair weird and dye it funny colors, and they don't call themselves feminists. Huh, interesting. It's almost like they're trying to get a conservative guy who wants to hold the door open for them and pay for all of their shit, instead of, like, being empowered and going to work and things like that. This girl is just a grifter. She's just doing this because she's trying to tell all these guys, hey, pick me, you know? That's what these girls are, you know? Lauren Southern. Man. You guys, something about Lauren Southern, too. You ever notice Lauren Southern and Dylan Mulvaney look basically the same? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Since I'm burning a bridge that is not actually even built yet, you know? Let's go ahead. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go ahead and take a look. Jeez, who the hell is that supposed to be? Okay. Man. Huh. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, the guy can't catch a break on either side. Don't think he'll have any luck with the ladyboys in Thailand. Who the hell are you guys talking about? Scotty Calzone, Bangkok when? Bangkok now. Let's hop on a plane right now. We'll go see if we can have some luck with some of those ladyboys. I'm really glad she didn't hear that.
What did you say?
I said I love you, and I can't wait for you to bear our children.
Sure. I didn't hear what you said. I know we should.
You don't see it? I do a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's when Dylan is blonde. It's when Dylan is blonde. That center pick, 100%. Yes. The one with the black dress holding the thing. I'm still looking at it right now. I won't show it again. You know. Don't say anything negative. That's a fucking dude. Ladyboy. Sexy, big time, wrong time. Oh man. But yeah, like, I love women at the end of the day, right? You know, I definitely wouldn't want to date men. You know, and when it comes down to it, like, the way I feel about women, I want to protect women. I want to be there for women. And when I say women, I don't just mean women in general. I mean a woman. And I have a right to feel that way. There's absolutely positively nothing wrong with me wanting to be there for a woman who is also going to be there for me. And that's one of the other things. I'm not going to go on another big ass, like, long tangent, right? I got to get out of here. It's been 3 hours. It's fucking midnight. You know, I got to do something other than this right now. But that's one of the things, and this is one of the guilt trips that you see when it comes to gender relations, is like a man decides he likes a girl and he wants to be around her because he likes her. That entails dating, you know, just typical courtship, which can include sex in 2024, right? And when the guy gets turned down, he's like, oh, all right, well, I'm gone. And then the woman turns around and she's like, you only wanted me for sex. And it's like, no, you see, I wanted to be there to do good things for you. I wanted to be there to hold the doors for you, to pay for the dates and other things like that. I wanted to be there to try and be a light in your life. And I wanted you to be a light in my life. But you don't want to be a light in my life. Instead, you just want me here to hold doors for you and pay for food for you. You want me as a pay pig is what you want. And since I'm not going to be your pay pig, because that's ultimately what happens when a girl turns you down, is you either A, aren't friends with her anymore, or B, she kind of turns you into this weird transactional force in her life where, like, you know, she just, you know, she's hitting you up at 3 a.m. for a ride and things like other weird bullshit like that. Like, because you don't want to be in a situation like that, she's now mad at you. You know, there's these little games, these little maneuvers that a lot of women will like to pull in those situations, you know. And I could definitely see Lauren Southern being one of those types of people, as well as Brittany Venti. They both kind of strike me as that. where it's like, oh, like, you like me? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like you like that. We can still be friends. What do you mean you don't want to be friends? What the hell? Like, what do you mean you need space? What the hell? What, you just wanted me for sex? Is that it? Like, I could definitely see them being that weird brand of, like, guilt trip bitch. I could definitely see them being that way. 1,000%. You know? Fucking. It's crazy, dude. Thanks for the stream, Sensei. Maybe I'll join the Discord in case you ever want to take calls from viewers. Yeah, dude, definitely. I'll probably do that again on the soonish side. Then they make you out to be a monster for not putting up with that shit. It's so crazy. Exactly. Fucking exactly. You know? Cock and ball torture is good for the mind. Yes, sir. Not so much for the balls. Alright, I am going to get out of here, though. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you showing up. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing Fallout Sunday. I know I'm probably not going to be able to stream tomorrow, but if we can do Fallout Sunday, we will. I mean, I should be able to, but I'm also not sure if I'm going to, right? I know Easter stuff for a lot of people, it's kind of like beginning. It's kind of like morning and like noon, early afternoon, and the Fallout Sunday usually takes place in the later afternoon, kind of like the mid-afternoon, like closer to dinner time. So, you know, maybe everything will work out. Maybe it won't. Regardless, though, let's you know, we'll do our thing. Happy Easter as well. Happy Easter. All right. Peace out, guys.